Rise and grind, ladies and gentlemen. It's about to get bumpy. Time to attack and dominate. This is Morning Juice with Brandon Beam and Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
And here we go on a Friday. On our way to 9 a.m., Brandon Beam, the General, Bobby Carpenter, and of course, our fearless leader and producer, Mark the Shark. Bob, we have made our way here to a Friday. One of the sneakiest, best weekends in sports. It is May, first weekend in that month. Got all kinds of good stuff going on. What's going on, buddy? Good to talk to you.
Hey, you got Derby weekend coming up.
Yeah.
So it's always the first Saturday in May. My daughter has her lacrosse game against their other middle school in Arlington. So
the Arlington Derby.
Yeah, it's at the same time as the Derby too. It's at 5 o'clock.
Perfect.
On Saturday. Why wouldn't that be the case?
Yeah.
Couldn't play it at 1.
Well, Derby's
play it at
post
3.
time is 6:57.
Is it?
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'd like to go and drink before the racing of the starting.
Well, you can drink before the lacrosse game.
I can, but it's just a lot. I'm overwhelmed by that beam.
Mm-hmm.
Very disappointed that's the time we would choose. 5 o'clock on a Saturday night.
It's prime time. It's a big match.
Billy Joel wrote a song about that. It's 5 o'clock on a Saturday. The regular crowd shuffles in.
It's true.
There's an old man across the glass next to me
making love to his vodka and soda.
Yeah.
Vodka and tonic? Are you vodka soda or vodka tonic?
He's a tonic guy.
Tonic and gin.
Oh.
Now, what do you drink?
I know
Sean?
that's the
Me,
lyrics.
I'm a vodka and tonic, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
It was 9 o'clock on a Saturday, Bob, not 5 o'clock.
No, it's 5.
Hey, tomato, potato, it's the same thing.
There you go. How was your Thursday, Beamer?
It was good, man. Yeah, I had a nice little Thursday. Nothing to really complain about. Went to the little gym, Meredith and William did, dropped them off. And then I became like a special ops military operation person because it's up in Polaris. So I went to Costco during that time, had to pick up a few things. I made it back, dropped them off. Class starts at 4:15, dropped them off around 4:10, got out of Costco, was back at the little gym by 4:40.
There you go.
Yeah, it was good. Then we got home, played outside a little bit. William went down the slide a lot. Even though it was raining outside, he didn't care. I'm like, you know what? If you don't care, I don't care. Made some dinner. Poof David Copperfield. There we go. It was a nice little day. What about you?
Played outside in the rain?
Yeah, he didn't care.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter. It wasn't lightning outside.
Well,
Not
listen,
at that juncture.
How many people do you know? He's not 7'8", so he's going to be fine.
He's wearing rubber shoes.
Of course, he's grounded, feeling good.
Yeah.
I went up to Westerville and stood in the rain and watched my son tie a soccer game, so that was fun. Rain came in the second half. Thought it was going to get canceled, didn't get canceled, and then so I sat there. My wife talked me into it. I'm like, I need to grab this new sweet raincoat, and didn't bring that, so I just stood there in the rain and got wet.
Sad dogging.
And then she was mad. She's like, why they open the windows? I go, stop, I'm cold. Put it up. She's like, what's your attitude? I'm like, I didn't have an umbrella. You did. So I'm wet, and so I don't want cold air blowing on me because that does not feel good.
No, it doesn't. Well, you know what? Your day's going to get better because it is Friday. We got an awesome show lined up for you here today. We'll get you ready for the Kentucky Derby coming up in our next segment. 6:30 this morning. We have a new most popular player in the NFL, at least from this rookie class. We'll get into that coming up here around the bottom of the hour. Austin Ward, he's going to join us at 7:30, and then AJ Hawk, he's going to round out the program with us at 8:30. Before we pop into anything else today, it is Friday. It's the second day of May 2025. Time for Today in History.
Time to get smarter. Morning Juice presents Today in History. Here's your professor, Bobby Carpenter.
Sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Mark Levy at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP.
All right, Robert, we got lined up for us on our penultimate Friday.
Oh boy, it is Friday, May 2nd, first Friday of the month, 122nd day of the year, 243 days remaining in this 2025, and 1 week left, 5 more days of Morning Juice.
As you know it.
As you know it, the iteration. Still be able to listen to it on your smart speaker, so if you like what you're hearing, check it out. This day, 1920, the first game of the Negro League is played. Do you know where it was played, Shark?
That would be Kansas City, Bob.
No, Indianapolis. You said that with such confidence. I thought you thought you might know. Indianapolis, Indiana, just to the west of us from here. This date, 1945, the 82nd Airborne liberates Wabaline, the concentration camp, finding 1,000 dead prisoners, most of whom starved to death. This date, 1954. In a doubleheader, Stan Musial hits 5 home runs. How about that, Shark? You ever hit 5 home runs in a day?
Still the record.
Only in wiffle ball.
Only in wiffle ball?
Isn't the single game is a single game record 4?
4, yeah.
Oh, goodness.
We've had multiple guys hit 3. Like a lot of guys hit 3.
What was the record with 4? Is it Willie Mays?
No, 20 guys have. Eugenio Suarez did it this week.
Yeah, he did.
Became the
4 in a game?
20th, I think, yeah. And they lost.
That's kind of rough.
That's hard
bumpy.
to hit 4 homers in a game and lose.
I know Willie Mays has hit 4 in a game. I'm sure some of the other great boppers have as well. 1970, Diane Crump becomes the first female jockey to ride at the Kentucky Derby.
May 2nd, 1970. It was the 96th Run for the Roses, and the day a woman shattered the Kentucky Derby's glass ceiling.
When you come out through the tunnel and they play My Old Kentucky Home, I don't care who you are, you have to be dead enough to get a lump in your throat.
By the time jockey Diane Crump got to the Derby in 1970, she was already a trailblazer, becoming the first woman to compete in a pari-mutuel horse race just 1 year earlier at Hialeah, a feat met with catcalls and jeers from the crowd.
A lot of it was heckling, like, go back to the kitchen, you need to go home and cook dinner, and all that kind of thing.
1 year later, in Louisville, Kentucky, the first woman to ride in a professional horse race also became the first female jockey to compete in the Kentucky Derby, riding on a horse named Fathom.
Actually, he ran decently in the mix of it for a mile and 8 till he got tired.
Crump placed 15th that day in a 17-horse field.
All right.
There you go. Good for her. Pretty nice run. Almost getting into the scoring position there, Beam. Mm-hmm. This date, 1986, Chernobyl was finally evacuated 6 days after the explosion at the nuclear reactor.
The Chernobyl disaster was a tragedy of unprecedented proportions. In 1986, a catastrophic event occurred at the Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine. During a routine safety test, a sudden power surge caused an explosion that unleashed a huge amount of radioactive material into the atmosphere. The disaster claimed at least 31 lives and resulted in thousands of others suffering from radiation sickness. The events of the Chernobyl disaster had a profound impact on the world, with the exclusion zone serving as a constant reminder of the panic and fear that followed. People were forced to abandon their homes and their way of life, and even today the area remains one of the most contaminated places on the planet.
31, I think that till's a little short.
Yeah, I would agree with
There
that,
are
Beamer.
millions of people affected by that.
Mm-hmm. This date, 1995, Pink Floyd's The Wall goes diamond, selling its 10 millionth album. As you mentioned, Beam, it was on the Billboard.
Did you guys say 700 and some weeks?
751 or 42 or something. It was some crazy number. It was better part of a decade. And then this day, 2005, Cream reunites in London after 36 years for 4 shows.
Cash rules everything around me. Cream, get the money.
What a
Dollar bill, y'all.
Yeah, what a great
Different Cream.
that is a different Cream, but that's 2005 Shark. I think is it Eric Clapton? What other group was he in?
Eric Clapton, Yardbirds.
Yeah, I think he's the only guy maybe in the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame for his solo Cream and Yardbirds.
I believe that's right, Bob.
I think I saw that one day in history ago, long ago. This day, 2011. I guess it would be 10 years after 9/11. Osama bin Laden is killed in Pakistan.
Tonight, I can report to the American people and to the world that the United States has conducted an operation that killed Osama bin Laden, the leader of al-Qaeda, and a terrorist who's responsible for the murder of thousands. It was nearly 10 years ago that a bright September day was darkened by the worst attack on the American people in our history. The images of 9/11 are seared into our national memory. On September 11th, 2001, in our time of grief, the American people came together. We were united as one American family. We were also united in our resolve to protect our nation and to bring those who committed this vicious attack to justice.
Yep. Big day for America on this day, 2011. And then on this day, 2012, your boy Lionel Messi, the little man, scored 68th goal for Barca, breaking the single-season scoring record.
Yeah, in a season. That calendar year, he scored like over 100, I think. Yeah. Just remarkable.
Dancing little sprite.
Yeah.
Some birthdays today. Lou Gramm, turning 75, the lead singer for Foreigner. Oh, absolutely. A great voice for it. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson turning 53.
So let me get this straight. The WWE has gone from the powerful Austin 316 to the dominant and iconic, can you smell what The Rock is cooking? All the way to, you can't see me. You can't see me. You can't see me. What are you playing, peekaboo? You can't see me. I can see you. Can you see me? Oh, believe me, we all can see you. A blindfolded, sleeping, stuck in the basement Stevie Wonder can see your monkey ass.
That is amazing.
One of the best to do it.
He is. That was like when Cena was on the come up.
Yeah.
A long time ago. David Beckham, Beck's husband of Posh Spice, turning 50. Kyle Busch, NASCAR fame, turning 40. Pat McAfee turning 38 today, so big birthday for him. And then, one of the best, Oliver Reed, passing away on this date, 1999. I believe it was before the movie was even released, but he is Proximo out of Gladiator.
And listen to me. Learn from me. I wasn't the best because I killed quickly. I was the best because the crowd loved me. Win the crowd, and you'll win your freedom.
I will win the crowd. I will give them something they've never seen before.
So, Spaniard, we shall go to Rome together and have bloody adventures. And the great whore will suckle us until we are fat and happy and can suckle no more. And then, when enough men have died, perhaps you will have your freedom.
It's one of the great scenes ever. Like Oliver Reed, his sell of that is he's like looking. It's like he has been teleported back to being in
the actual
arena.
Yeah,
as he's sitting there imagining when he won.
I thought they cast him straight out of Gladiator times.
Exactly, he was so good in that, and died before the movie ever came out. Absolutely tremendous.
Real Gladiator's death.
It was by drinking, I think. Mm-hmm. He liked to throw him back, Sharky. And then on this date, also in 1983, Norm Van Brocklin passing away, the two-time NFL champ, 8-time Pro Bowler for the Rams and Eagles. Some holidays and observances today. It is Baby Day, Brother and Sisters Day, Harry Potter Day, National Fire Day, Life Insurance Day. Oh, goodness. World Tuna Day. And take a baby actually, No Pants Day, which is always the first Friday in May, Shark. I wondered what was going on over there. And those are your historical events, your birthdays, your passings, your holidays, observances for this date, May 2nd, 122nd day of the year, 243 days remaining, and 5 more days left with Beam, Shark, and I together on the terrestrial airwaves.
Good job on that, Bob, as always. Going to get to know your field for the Kentucky Derby here next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we are watching a crash up in Delaware County. The right lane blocked off on 23 southbound right at Home Road. Expect some delays as you're passing through Lewis Center. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, where our erectile dysfunction treatments are shown to be effective in nearly 90% of cases. Listen to what Alex has to say about our ED treatments.
I have been experiencing problems with ED, but that's all changed. My name's Alex, and I've been a patient for Tri-State Men's Health for under a year. I highly recommend this. Every day I wake up feeling good compared to I was back in the old days. It changed. It's more exciting. I don't have a problem with ED anymore. I'm having a lot more fun. I was very comfortable. I was always comfortable in any conversation I had with Tri-State Men's Health. Yeah, I just want to let gentlemen out there know that you do not have to live with ED, that it is not just an aging process. It is also hormonal and balance and everything in your system. And once you get that under control and everything, you do go back to your youth a lot in how you feel.
Thanks, Alex. It's true. If you're like most men, we'll help you get your sex life back. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. May is officially here, and so are the rising temperatures. Before you know it, you're going to be wondering what else you can do to keep cool during the dog days of summer. Beat the heat and keep the AC in your home with Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. During their semi-annual sale, you'll get 60% off and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments until 2027. That's a whole lot of savings and a super smart investment, especially when prices are rising. So how exactly does Window Nation keep the prices affordable? Well, they work directly with top window manufacturers in the country, which means all their windows are assembled right here in the USA. Plus, their windows come with a lifetime warranty, so you'll keep saving long into the future. Window Nation's semi-annual sale ends soon, so don't miss your chance to get 60% off. Plus, a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. And you pay nothing until 2027. Schedule your estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
Many drugs, like cocaine, methamphetamine, and non-prescription pills, are often cut with dangerous opioids like fentanyl. As a result, nearly 14 Ohioans die daily from unintentional overdoses. That's why it's important to carry naloxone, such as Narcan, a life-saving medication that blocks the effects of fentanyl and other opioids. Over the last 5 years, naloxone has saved over 83,000 lives. Help save lives and visit naloxone.ohio.gov to learn more and find free naloxone. Remember, if you see an overdose occurring, always call 911.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Spring weather has arrived, and we all know what that brings. Warmer weather and severe storms. Well, when bad weather hits, we all know it can cause leaky roofs or even damage to your siding and gutters. The Roofing Guys are your local experts in roofing, siding, and gutters and more, providing top quality through every roof, every time. So it's just a small repair, full replacement, or even peace of mind. You need to contact my guys, the Roofing Guys, 614-626-7000, or visit them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
The Fan app is about to become your new best friend. Your one-stop shop for all your favorite fan shows. ESPN Columbus and BetQL. Live or on demand. Listen on your schedule. Download the 97.1 The Fan app today. It's free. Do it.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Have you ever told a friend?
Oh, I'm fine.
When you really felt?
Just so overwhelmed.
Or sent a text?
Can't sleep. Are you awake?
When you couldn't find the words to say?
I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We start the day off fairly quiet, scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, but this afternoon and evening brings back the risk for strong to severe storms. So make sure you're staying weather aware. 10 TV Weather Impact Alert Day will be in place. Wind and hail, again, are big concerns. Highs in the 70s today will drop to the 60s this weekend as rain showers look to continue. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. Keep on swiping that card, baby. Keep on swiping that card. Charge it to winning. This is Morning Juice.
Derby weekend this weekend. I believe it's a 6:57 post time. Is AJ down at the Kentucky Oaks today?
He is not, because Pat is in New York, so AJ has to be there. So he was not able to go to the Oaks this year.
He's usually a big Oaks guy, isn't he?
He is. He goes down with Aaron and that whole crew. I think he's going to go down there and meet with them later, if you will.
Yeah, later today. I mean, it's just a short jaunt from Indianapolis.
Yeah, but he's not done till 6, so it's like he's going to be able to, or not 6, 3:30-ish. So he'll probably be down there around 5:36. So he'll be down there for the evening festivities, but not for the stuff going on today, if you will.
Where do you rank the Kentucky Derby for you? I mean, it's such a unique event, like a little one-off that we've got going. I always enjoy it, though. I like the sights. I like the sounds. I like the scenery.
Yeah.
I enjoy the big hats, the nice suits, cocktails.
I don't know anything about horse racing.
Yeah, nothing.
Which is kind of nice. I would say, for me, like in a single one-off event of something I can just have fun, like a party day, I put this in the top 3. Like the Super Bowl is probably 1, but this is a Saturday, and it's always a Saturday. Usually it's kind of nice in Ohio.
Yep.
Sometimes you get crap, but a lot of times it's nice. Hopefully it's not raining by then.
What are we looking at for tomorrow?
I mean, if we get
good or bad?
I don't know. I'm not aware. Shark, will you help me become aware?
Weather aware.
Weather aware. I'm lost in the wilderness here.
Saturday rain.
Saturday rain?
Yeah.
All day?
Chance of rain 100% during the day.
That's not a chance. When it says 100%.
Yeah. Considerable cloudiness with occasional rain in the afternoon. Rainfall around a half an inch tomorrow. Sounds like an all-day thing.
You have an hour by hour on that beam?
Not yet. They don't. They don't have the hour by hour. We aren't close enough to have an hour by hour. Actually, yes, we are.
What are you talking about?
It's all rain, Bob. I mean, it's all rain tomorrow.
Don't tell me that.
It's straight up from 6 a.m. From 9 a.m. onwards until 6 o'clock. It's over 80%.
Let's see this. Okay. Yeah. Yep. That's Friday. Here we go. Saturday, 10. Yep.
I like a good sloppy race.
Don't worry, though. It does drop down to like 57 and 54% around 6 and 7 p.m.
Yeah, game time.
That's the lowest. We're getting 50-50 at game time after it does. The percentages do drop in the evening. It's going to rain all day Sunday. That's why I'm glad I had the kids mow the grass yesterday, or 2 days ago.
I should have done that.
Because I'm like, it's going to rain for the next 3 or 4 days.
And a freaking rainforest.
Yeah, it's going to be the jungle beam. I told my kids, I go, when the squirrels have to jump through the grass, that means it's too tall.
Yeah.
I go, when you have to.
That's a squirrel.
Oh, is Billy identifying squirrels now?
He's identifying all the flora and fauna.
All the forest creatures.
That's a flower. That's a stick. That's a tree. All he's doing is play-by-play. That's it.
That's good.
Like his whole arsenal of shtick right now is just calling out what he sees.
It's good.
That's it.
He makes good comments, Beam.
Yeah, good comment maker. We're making dinner last night. That's rice. That's hot.
Maybe he could develop some connections and then be a radio show host.
Yeah, he could. Hopefully better than me.
Well, we're going to get you some next week. Beam. We're going to the Joe Burrow golf outing. The people you're going to meet down there, be able to bring in.
Yeah, it's going to be great.
It'll be tremendous.
I'm super pumped for that. We were talking to Meredith's mom yesterday and hatching
Is Kelly going to come?
No, I mean, she's invited.
Be your caddy?
Yeah, she's, and we were hatching this grand plan of me dropping Billy and Theo off with her.
Billy and Theo.
Well, yeah, of course, because Meredith, I mean, she works on the west side of town. It's easier for her instead of coming back to where we live and then, trying to then exit. Like, it's easier for her just to leave school, hop on 670, get on 70 right there from Grandview.
What about take your dog to school day next Friday?
Yeah, that would be good. I mean, you could, get a harness on him and call him a service animal. He's not going to do anything. He's not really helping anybody out with anything.
I'm sure there's a lot of big sticks outside. You can just chain him up out there and let him handle some of those.
He's an emotional support animal is what he is.
That's true.
We like to call him, he's a house hippo.
A house hippo.
That's all he does, dude. He sleeps 90% of the day.
Just lays around.
That's it.
Good for him.
He jumps when Buzz Lightyear goes crashing into the floor because Buzz is about 5 pounds of hard plastic, has ruined everything in our house except himself.
Well, his body's durable, Beam. Hasn't broken yet.
I want to get Willie in a seersucker suit for tomorrow. For the Derby.
He'd look good.
Yeah.
It'd be ruined probably.
100% it would be ruined. It's a one-time shot deal.
It's a one-wear situation.
Yeah.
I mean, we got little Navy suits for our kids that we passed down from years to year, but they like to dress. They might dress up for the Derby, too. I got to text my dad. Let me tell you what I got. Okay, not only do we have my daughter's, the Arlington Crosstown Battle at 5.
Arlington Derby.
Yeah, because we had a chance. There was a possibility we could have gone to the Derby and the Oaks and everything. It was like a full weekend deal, and unfortunately that fell through. We had to miss her game, but Caleb also has 2 soccer games tomorrow at I don't know what times. Sometimes. I'm not on his duty.
I'm not Caleb.
I have, I'll tell you, I can pull it up.
Rain for soccer is good, though.
Is it?
Yeah, that's what you want. Nice slide tackles.
For the people that are watching? 11 and 2. How did I get those? See, this is wrong. So, Courtney has that. I've got Cullen's lacrosse down at the Fortress at Obet's at like 8:50 and 10:50. She has 11 and 2 with Caleb.
And then you both have lacrosse at 5.
That is trash. I'm a little upset that I didn't look at.
You got jobbed on that one.
Yeah, you haven't seen Kellen play very much. That's great. I'll watch him when he's closer.
Why don't you record him up there, and then I can watch him back on tape at night?
Yeah. Caleb had a PK, though, which was good yesterday. Yeah. Played pretty well. They tied 3-3.
Where'd he go, center, left, or right?
He's a lefty, so he goes right a lot of the time.
Yeah.
Closed shoe, get it to the corner, nice shot.
Near post.
Yeah. Was able to get that at 3-3 tie. I missed it. Thankfully, she taped it. I had to walk, I don't know, about 100 yards to take a leak in the woods. And then on the way back, I could hear the screaming, but I was too far away to see it. So that was a bummer. But I did watch the recorded version of it.
Who are you going with? Are you wagering at all on the Kentucky Derby? Your favorite is journalism. I just picked the name. Flying Mohawk, my kind of guy.
Flying Mohawk sounds amazing.
34-1.
I don't have any insight this year. Usually I'll talk to somebody who has got a little bit of knowledge in it. I mean, it's fun to always get a little action in there, Beam. See what's going on, win, play, show, see how it goes.
Are you when you go to horse racing, because we've been to Keeneland.
Quad box?
Yeah, I like to do that trifecta box.
Yeah.
is my jam when I go.
How about an octobox?
I don't like the octobox. I don't even know if the octobox is a real thing that you can conjure up.
That's for consumption of games.
Yeah. I'm usually a trifecta box guy. I love everything there is about horse racing except the actual wild beasts themselves.
You don't like horses?
No, I've told you this. I've told people on the show. I have
irrational fear of horses?
I have an irrational fear of horses. Yeah. Like, they're beautiful creatures, but getting up close and personal to them, no thanks. I'm good. I need a fence to separate me from them.
Equinophobia, Beam?
Is that a real thing?
Well, it's equine, and that is the
But
type.
I don't get scared of, like, looking at them. I just get scared when they get close and they get surly.
Equinophobia or hippophobia is the psychological fear of horses.
Yeah, I think I've got a little bit of that.
Yeah. Well, I think we might be able to break you of that, Beam.
Yeah,
you ever ridden a horse?
No way, man. No chance. There's not a horse big enough that could saddle this load.
Oh, Coach, I've seen fellas much larger than you saddle up on a horse.
Have you?
Oh, yeah. I can get you a big old Clydesdale, Beam.
A 500-pound monster?
Those guys, 500 pounds, they're much heavier than that.
Are they?
Oh, yeah.
How big is a Clydesdale?
Now you're making me do work in the morning, Beam. What are we talking about?
Nobody wants to do work. It's Friday. Who cares? What about a Frisian horse?
Well, you have a Clydesdale horse. Come on, 500 pounds.
Listen, man, I don't know what they are.
Try 1,700 to 2,200.
Oh!
Yeah.
Woo!
I mean, Coach, yeah.
Holy smokes, those suckers are a ton?
Yeah. I mean, I told you that, dude. They're massive. They're like cattle. You ever see them pull the carts around back in the day?
I've seen them pull a Budweiser cart, yeah.
Yeah, and it takes 4 of them to do that.
That's a lot of horsepower.
It's a lot of, well, there you go. Well done on that, sir.
Thank you. Hey, just a reminder that
You'll be here all week?
I'll be here for 5 more days, and then I'm getting kicked out. Just a reminder, buying a sports jersey is a bad idea like 95% of the time. That's in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're still watching crews clear out a crash up in Lewis Center on 23 southbound. This is right around Home Road. Expect for lanes to be blocked off over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
A great lawn is like a great sports team. It takes expertise and a little extra care to really stand out. That's where True Green comes in. They're the official lawn care treatment provider of the PGA Tour, so they know a thing or two about keeping grass looking like a fairway. It's more affordable than you think, and they'll even match any competitor's price. Plus, True Green backs it all up with a satisfaction guarantee. Head to TrueGreen.com today. Let the pros do the work while you sit back and enjoy the results.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Okay, so I'm gonna let you in on a little secret. Wendy's has this new Cajun Crunch chicken sandwich. And to be honest, I'm kind of crushing hard on this Sammy. It's packed with bold Cajun flavors and topped with crispy onions for a satisfying crunch. All on Wendy's iconic spicy chicken sandwich. It's honestly kind of my dream sandwich. I hope it likes me back. For a sandwich you'll love, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
What's the going rate for a good babysitter? Also, Shark needs a raise. You're listening to Morning Juice.
1 hour away from right now, Austin Ward, he's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him. Let me ask you guys this question. When's the last time you bought any kind of sports jersey? And I know that your kids are in it, Bob, now. You got 4 of them. They're all into it. Obviously, you're buying football jerseys and everything. Sharky, what about you? I mean, the last time that you have bought any kind of jersey?
I don't buy jerseys. I buy, like, T-shirts. That have players' names on them.
Shirt jerseys?
Not jerseys, no. T-shirts, Beam.
Okay.
Read my lips. T-shirts. Seth Jones bought a T-shirt of Seth Jones, got traded.
Yeah, it's a shirt jersey. That's what it is.
Like the T-shirt I've got on.
Yes.
That would say Cleveland across the front.
That looks like the jersey that has the player name and number on the back. That's a shirt jersey.
Okay, if that's what you're calling it.
I would say that's accurate. Well, what would you call it, Shark?
I would call it a T-shirt.
With someone's name on the back that looks like a jersey.
The last jersey I had was my kids got me a Brady Quinn jersey after he was drafted by the Browns.
Nice.
Yep.
That's the last NFLer you have?
I think so, yeah.
I'm going to get you a Shedeur Sanders jersey.
No, I won't wear it.
Well, it's funny you mentioned Shedeur Sanders because that's where our story takes us. After initial figures had the jersey to be worn by Browns quarterback Shedeur Sanders at number 3 in sales.
By the way, Browns quarterback jerseys, historically bad investment.
I think all sports jerseys are historically bad investments.
I don't know about that.
Not all of them.
A Tom Brady Patriots jersey, I've got one of those signed. Like, I feel like that has some staying power.
I said in the tease, 95% of sports jerseys are bad ideas.
You know, you get
there's a rare 5%.
AJ Hawk Packers jersey.
Have I told you that story? I had it for forever.
And then you lost it?
I didn't lose it. No, my grandma got me one.
Stole it from you?
My grandma on my stepdad's side got me an AJ Hawk Packers jersey.
Did she know you were a Bears fan?
Yes, but also AJ is an icon.
He's a Centerville guy. He's from Centerville.
He's a Centerville hero. He's an Ohio State legend, right? Like growing up, that's who everybody wanted to be. It's a real story. We can talk to him about this a little bit later on. And for Christmas one year,
AJ, do you still want to be him now?
Even more.
Even more?
Yeah. I mean, I'm really after that Platinum Diamonds card. I don't have the cachet as he does.
Hanging out at the FAC?
Yeah. Like, that sounds great to me. His life sounds awesome. And so she gets me the Christmas jersey. Again, Bears fan. That bad boy sat in my closet with the tags on it until we moved from our house. And that was in 2012.
And what happened to it then?
And then my stepdad gave it away for like a Sonny Unger like silent auction thing.
Did he ever get it signed?
I don't know. I think he did. I think he did get it signed.
Okay, I was going to say, we could have got that done for you.
Yeah. Back in 2012? I didn't know you.
Yeah, you were still in school.
Yeah, I was freshly in school.
Yeah, but if you would have
I think they managed to get it signed. But yeah, it stayed in my closet for years, untouched, back of the closet.
Were there a lot of Packers fans in Centerville?
I think at that time, yeah. Tons.
Oh, yeah, because AJ,
that was Herb Street. Well, no, you would have been a little too young.
I was a little too young.
Herb Street's 10 years over 10 years older than AJ.
I just wondered if there were Herb Street, Ohio State jerseys all over town.
I'm sure that there are.
Nuge.
100%. Nuge was also a hero.
Yeah. Herbie was a hero until AJ ended him at the Thanksgiving Day alumni game.
The full padded alumni game.
Full padded alumni game.
Nick
AJ's
Mangold.
sophomore year.
Traitor. Nick Mangold was a traitor.
Went to Alter?
Yeah.
Traitor?
A lot of Jets jerseys, though, still.
Oh, yeah.
I'm trying to think of my worst jersey purchase of all time, because I've got a lot of them. And Meredith,
I'll tell you mine.
Yeah, go ahead.
I was in maybe, what would it have been? Probably 4th or 5th grade. Let me see if this is accurate. Dream Team 2 roster. Is that the one that had Sean Kemp in it?
You do not have a Sean Kemp USA jersey.
Come on, Bob.
Oh, yeah, I do.
That thing, by the way, would go triple platinum at a frat party now, though.
Yeah,
you bring a Sean Kemp USA jersey back into the wild. If you still had that, you could sell it for multiple hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, I had Sean Kemp. My brother had, I think.
Of all the people on that team, you had Sean Kemp.
Yeah. Listen, dude. I mean,
he's a Cavs icon.
He could jump. I think my brother had Larry Johnson. Maybe I had Sean Kemp. Yeah. I mean, dude, he could jump through the sky.
LJ had that sweet gold tooth.
He did. He had the middle, and he had the middle part. Grandmama. I was a huge Hornets fan. My first starter jacket, Hornets starter jacket. Still have that.
Still have it?
Yeah. My mom. Do you think my mom throws away everything? Anything?
Probably worth some money.
I have my Ohio State one now that I got later. That I got the Hornets in 4th, Ohio State one in 6th, maybe. And my son was big, and everybody wore stuff big then. It's a medium that I could probably wear now, and it would just look a little small. But RJ wears it. He wore it to the game this year.
That's awesome.
Yeah, he wore it to the playoff game. I was like
OG starter jacket.
Yeah. I mean, it's not the OG, it's the second iteration, but it's sweet. I mean, it's Buckeyes, and the zippers broke on the half zip deal, but still it has buttons right there, and it looks awesome. So he wore that to the game this year. Buckeyes.
That's amazing.
Yeah, my mom went through, she brought it up, and she's like, RJ might be able to wear that. The Hornets one Caleb could probably wear now. But yeah, she went through, moved heaven and earth. My uncle lived in Raleigh. She talked to my aunt about, going and waiting outside a store because the Hornets ones you couldn't find anywhere, especially in Ohio. This was before e-commerce.
Yeah, you had to actually physically go and shop somewhere.
She, went, got it, bought it, shipped it to us. I give my mom credit. I mean, for Christmas, she was all out procuring items, waiting in line. They still have all their Power Rangers for my brother because she's like, I waited in line for 4 hours. I woke up on Friday at 3 a.m. and stood outside in the cold, throwing those things away.
Here's a side nugget about Power Rangers.
I think RJ asked my brother George for those when he was 7 or 8. George's like, well, you can play with them here.
You won't let him have them? I've got an emotional tie to these.
Oh, yeah.
So Power Rangers actually is a Japanese show, and then when it came to America, they just superimposed the actual audio, but it is a Japanese television show that they just dubbed over in English.
Yeah.
I didn't know that until a couple of weeks ago. I always thought that there were other people behind that, but it's just the Japanese show. Anyway, Shedeur Sanders has the #1 selling jersey of this rookie class, moving ahead of what would be two-way superstar, which we'll talk about in our next segment, Travis Hunter, who is #2 down in the Jags. We still don't know his number yet, though. Shedeur has not been given a number. I don't know how you can buy a number. #2 is open. That's what he wore at Colorado. #2 is open for the Browns. Good investment or bad investment? Shedeur Sanders, Browns jersey.
I'm just looking at this sweet #7 Sean Kemp USA basketball jersey.
I'm going to say bad investment, Beam. He may not even make the team.
He may be the starter, though.
He may be the starter. He may not make the team. That's the Browns quarterback.
That's more likely, though.
That's what you love in your quarterback battle. The guy that could be the starter could also not be on the roster.
It's like a shooting star, and either his star is going to burn bright or it's going to burn out.
Sean Kemp.
Yeah, Meredith was going to get a Ryan Johansson Blue Jackets jersey.
Yeah, that when Joey.
I had to talk her off the cliff with that. There have been multiple times over the years where she's gotten me a sports jersey, then the very next year that player has been traded or left the team. It's clockwork. It's clockwork.
Fails. Get Zach.
Yeah.
Get Fantilli.
Yeah.
He's pretty safe.
Go get a Rick Nash jersey.
I should have got that Sean Kemp Cavs jersey. That's what it should have been.
How about a Seattle Supersonics Sean Kemp?
Well, that was when he was good. That's when he played for USA basketball. I could have told you, without looking at this, I remember it was #7. I pulled it up. I was like, bingo. Got it. Feel good about that. I don't know where that one is.
Oh, Bob. It's worth money. You
It
could have
is.
had a Danny Manning and you went with Sean Kemp.
Yeah. And listen, dude. He was the guy back then, Shark. He could dunk from all over the court.
Before he ate himself out of the league.
We had great YouTube discourse this morning. Eric says, I have an AJ Hawk Bengals jersey. That's a collector's item.
Wow.
That's you're committed. You're a committed fan.
Bengals legend.
Every now and then I see a Spielman Browns jersey, and he only played in the preseason, had the neck injury, and then retired. But that's pretty cool, too.
Jess says, Bucks Keyshawn Johnson jersey. That's a good jersey.
He won a Super Bowl, though, with them.
Well, yeah, that's not a bad jersey procurement. Like, over my lifetime, there have been plenty of bad ones. Julius Peppers Bears jersey, guy's a legend, but maybe not so much for the Bears organization. There's plenty to think about. But, hey, Shedeur Sanders, #1 selling jersey right now, NFL.com for rookies. So he's got that going for him, which is nice. His teammate over at Colorado is not actually an odds-on favorite to win either Rookie of the Year awards. We're talking about Travis Hunter. We'll get into that in Quick Hitters next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, no crashes that we're watching. An issue up in Delaware County on 23 has cleared up. Things moving along with no major issues. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
This spring, celebrate the sparkle that she brings to your life with something that sparkles right back. Whether it's for Mother's Day, an anniversary, or just because, Diamond Cellar has the perfect gift for the women who mean the world to you. Visit Diamond Cellar today on Selma Road and at Easton Town Center.
Before you start your day, UDF has already started baking your breakfast. We're making biscuits and croissants in our bakery served with sausage, egg, and cheese before you hit your first alarm. Fresh baked breakfast sandwiches from United Dairy Farmers. UDF, mornings made for you.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $7.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs May 3rd through May 9th.
Visit our Columbus area salons.
Today is the day. After countless hours of research, cutting back expenses, and 9 months of anxiously waiting for her, today is the day you finally bring home your new car. It's also the day to protect her with an auto policy from Shelter Insurance. Our policies are competitively priced and include new car replacement coverage if anything were to happen to your new baby.
To find an agent near you, visit shelterinsurance.com. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Pataska locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have you road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
Hey, Ohio, Prime Sports has arrived, the only book where you can lay 108 instead of 110 on all your favorite teams. Football, baseball, basketball, and hockey. Why would you risk more to win the same amount at another sports book? Download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit our website, primesportsbook.com. Get a welcome bonus to match your initial deposit up to $400 in bonus bets. And be a member of the Prime Sports family.
Terms and conditions apply. Visit website for details. Must be 21 and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER.
We've all got our daydreams, right? Little things, big things, things you know one day you'll do. Then out of nowhere, cancer. And all your plans don't change a bit. I would know. I'm about to jump out of an airplane with my dad. Our first time skydiving solo. And my second year since starting cancer treatment at Ohio Health. All right, Dad, let's go. You keep making plans.
Visit ohiohealth.com/keepmakingplans.
The Buckeye Show.
When you have a guy that's as good as Jeremiah Smith is, we're just trying to come up with a sane place for our superlatives.
The Buckeye Show.
Presented by Coors Light and sponsored by Care Source.
Weeknights at 6 on The Fan.
We all hear the radio ads about the IRS. They tell you to be afraid, to be scared, and they try to frighten you into calling. I'm not here to do that. Tax Relief Advocates is different. TRA is here to tell you that if you owe money to the IRS, whether it's $5,000, $50,000, or $500,000, we have a solution. It doesn't matter if you're sitting in your car, at work, or with your kids. No matter where you are, call now. 800-575-6759. Don't lose hope. TRA can eliminate or reduce what you owe to the IRS. Generous programs are now available that can give you a fresh start. Our passion is taxes and helping individuals fix their IRS problems. We have over 1,000 5-star reviews on Google and an A+ with the Better Business Bureau. You don't need to be afraid of the IRS any longer. End your tax nightmare today by visiting us online at TRA.com or call 800-575-6759. That's 800-575-6759. Tax Relief Advocates. Real solutions for real people.
The Fan Poll is brought to you by Caster Connection. Visit CasterConnection.com to shop online or to work with our Caster Solution Specialists.
In high school, Bobby was a district swimming finalist. Also, Beamer still wears floaties. This is Morning Juice.
Got a lot of great interaction on the YouTube chat this morning. You can always visit that. Talking about bad jersey purchases. Jack says, what about a Derrick Rose Cavs jersey? That's up there. It's a unique one.
So when I went to the Dolphins, I was there for like 6 weeks, Shark, before I went to the Lions in my 5th season. And my family had a bunch of Cowboy stuff, so I was like, all right, I'm going to be down here for the year. Had a good relationship with the coaches. Things are going well. I'm playing a lot. And so I bought like 3 or 4 or 5 or 6, I don't know. I bought a handful of Dolphins. They're not cheap. They're like $200 a piece. And I was only there for 6 games. So maybe I'll wear one of my own ones in.
I think
I have some of the orange ones too, which are the sweet ones.
Who was the coach then?
Tony Sperano.
Brandon on the YouTube chat says Divock's King jersey. That's fine. Vlade Divac. That's a fine jersey.
Dude, they were on the cusp of going to the NBA championship. They just couldn't beat the Lakers.
Yeah, they had the Lakers down 3-1.
Yeah,
in the Western Conference Finals. Weber on that team.
Bibby.
Oh, Bibby, Peja Sorakovic.
Yeah. Was Jason Williams still on that team or not?
I don't think so.
Not at that point. I'm trying to think who there. Who was the Cornelius from Arkansas? Oh, you're going to kill me here.
Hey, how about this text I got from our guy, James? You'll like this. You can read that for the fine folks out there.
I can't, your face ID.
I got face ID.
I need on my face. My face.
I got this text from linebackers coach James Laurinaitis. He said, how about a James Laurinaitis Saints jersey?
Yes.
3 games, then set them out. Yeah. If you got one of those rolling around for you, that's a good time. Yeah, maybe we'll have a jersey party next week on our last week of shows.
I think I might. I've got those Dolphins. They're still in the plastic. I'm pretty sure I'll bust one of those bad boys out.
Perfect. For nostalgia factor.
Yeah.
On our last week of shows. It'll be good.
Morning Juice presents Quick Hitters.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JustSports for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Sharky?
Yes, sir.
Happy Friday.
Happy Friday, our favorite day of the week. The CBS Sports Classic is a college basketball event that began in 2014. The same 4 teams have appeared in the Classic ever since: Ohio State, Kentucky, North Carolina, and UCLA. Opponents and venues change every year. It's been held in Chicago, Brooklyn, Las Vegas, Cleveland, just to name a few. In 2025, the CBS Sports Classic doubleheader will be held in Atlanta on December 20th. Mark your calendars now. But because of travel concerns, UCLA has bowed out, replacing the Bruins, St. John's.
Ooh,
so the event will feature Ohio State versus North Carolina and Kentucky versus St. John's, and that means, Beamer, that St. John's coach Rick Pitino will face the Wildcats 30 seasons after he led them to the 1996 national championship.
God, how great is that? Do we know if Ohio State's going to be playing first or second in this game?
Don't know. I'm guessing first.
I was listening to Bo talk about this in front of the tens and tens of people that'll be in attendance watching these games.
I think you'll get more now that it's a Rick Pitino versus Kentucky matchup.
But, like, nobody wants to go to a neutral site place. Like
in Atlanta.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
it's not close to anybody.
If you're playing in New York, I think you'd get a lot of...
And they have played that at Madison Square Garden
before. And there's been a little bit more, some tepid interest. But, like, play this game in Kentucky. Play it. I guess you could play it, outside of St. John. Find a big arena there.
Yeah, you can play it at the Center where Louisville plays.
Absolutely. Play at Ohio State. Play them, like, in places where people will go to the games and they actually care about it. Ohio State played Kentucky last year in this beam.
Yeah, they did.
You remember
Smoked them.
Yeah, by 20.
How many people were there to see it?
5. Mm-hmm. You know why?
Didn't we play Auburn down in Atlanta last year?
We did.
And that was a neutral
Do you remember why it was another tournament? Do you know why?
No.
It was right before the Tennessee game.
Oh, that's right. It was the day of. It was a noon start, wasn't it?
Right before, I mean before the game.
Yeah.
Like, I'm driving, I'm like, I remember walking the game. Holy smokes, we're still beating Kentucky? This is great.
Holy smokes, our lead is growing on Kentucky. This is even better.
We're winning. We're so sick of the winning. I remember telling Ross, this could be a good day. Beat Kentucky and Tennessee, down with the SEC.
Plant the flag down there?
Yeah.
I mean, it would be all good. Yeah, I'm excited about this. I know that Ohio State will be playing North Carolina in that. That's December 20th. So mark your calendars for that bad boy. But, yeah, I'd have to think that they're going to give St. John's and Kentucky the primetime feature in that game with, obviously, Coach Pitino going back to pay his old team and Mark Pope a nice little visit.
Wouldn't it be amazing if the NFL's Offensive Rookie of the Year and Defensive Rookie of the Year were the same person? Well, for the first time ever, one player is among the favorites for an award on both sides of the ball. DraftKings has Travis Hunter of the Jaguars with the third best odds to win Offensive Rookie of the Year behind only Ashton Genty and Cam Ward. And Bobby, they have Hunter only behind Abdul Carter to win Defensive Rookie of the Year honors.
I could see, for him to win both, I think is going to be really tough. I think he could win one of them. I think that there's a real possibility of that, or he could play really well at both but win neither, which could also happen.
Well, the issue is, do you want to take a stab at what his odds are to win both? Like, if you parlayed them together for Travis Hunter to win both, do you want to know what your odds are coming back?
15-1.
75-1 for Travis Hunter to win both. So even though he's not favored for either award, he is one of the favorites for both of the awards. It just all depends on how the Jags are going to use him. And if you listen to their general manager, he got real meta and no, that's their coach. Their GM's like 30 years old and some sort of brainiac whiz kid. Some people call me a wonder kid. It's wunderkind. He's talking about it in a very meta situation and how football is kind of like life, and they got the guy and he's the fountain of youth and all kinds of different stuff with Travis Hunter. But it does seem, if you're going to give that much up to go up from number 5 to number 2, and Travis Hunter has been very adamant the whole way around that if I don't play both ways, then I'm going to be done, then okay, I guess you're going to lean into that. Now, the issue then becomes how much of each position is he going to play? What is the split? Because you know this, Bob, you played in the NFL. You played big-time college football. It's hard to get yourself up for 17 regular season games at one position. Doing it at 2 positions and not leaving the field, it's an entirely different story.
Much, much more difficult. So we'll see if he's able to handle all that. And the thing is, like, if things start going poorly, how do they start pulling back on one side versus the other? All of those different things. Yeah, that's a big deal.
We got a sneaky top weekend in sports coming at you. That's next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and happy Friday. Right now, things moving along with no major issues. Busy on 71 as you come into downtown and on 315 near campus. But right now, no problems that we're watching. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Steigerwald with your fan traffic.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual. The 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
Get Eco.
Aaron, which brand of air conditioner is the most energy efficient?
It's the one that's had its outside coils cleaned correctly.
Well, I can wash those off with a garden hose, right?
No.
Why not?
Humidity mixes with dust and pollen to create a microthin film of sticky paste that gets baked onto those hot outside coils.
And that baked-on stuff keeps my coils from releasing their heat into the atmosphere.
Which means your system has to run longer, which uses a lot more energy and it shortens the life of your air conditioner.
Get Eco.
How do I get that baked-on stuff off?
Remove the exterior shroud, then spray the coils from the inside out with a special eco-friendly solvent.
Can I rinse the solvent off with a garden hose?
Yeah, but only from the inside out.
Or I could just pay Eco to do it.
Get Eco.
Eco doesn't take shortcuts. We do it the right way every time.
Get Eco professional coil cleaning for just $468.
At Meijer, we work hard to bring more locally grown goodness to life with a farm-fresh selection of crisp vegetables and juicy, ready-to-eat fruit. Whether topping off kebabs on the grill or adding healthy color to a leafy green salad, your family will definitely enjoy the delicious taste of Meijer produce. Plus, you'll appreciate the selection and savings we have to offer. That's the fresh-picked good life, priced for real life. We work hard to make life a good deal better at Meijer.
It always seems to happen at the worst time. You're finally in bed after a long, hard day, and then you hear it. You sit up, heart sinking. Is that coming from the ceiling? All of a sudden, it's a middle of the night flashlight hunt to find the leak. But don't worry, Newman Roofing has you covered, literally. With more than 3 decades in the business, we've seen just about everything a storm can throw at a roof. Our teams know how to spot the problem, explain your options, and fix it right the first time, with craftsmanship and care you can feel good about. We're not just here for a quick patch job, and we never will be. We're here to make sure your home stays protected season after season. So when it comes to your roofing, siding, or gutter needs, choose the company you can trust, Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF. That's 614-NEW-ROOF, or visit online at newmanroofing.com. Don't just get a new roof, get a Newman roof.
At Uline, the prevailing opinion is, if you don't live it, you don't believe it. The people at Uline believe in hard work, and they live it by being there 24/7 to answer your call, having 41,000 items in stock, and offering same-day shipping from 12 locations across North America. Business owners, sellers, buyers, shippers, and packers believe it. Uline is the hard-working, dependable source for your shipping and industrial supplies. Visit uline.com.
Breaking news, and this one is almost unbelievable.
Yeah, it's all about new customers at Bet365 because they get $150 in bonus bets when they bet $5, win or lose. And even better, bonus bets can be used on the spread, totals, and player props.
There you have it. Bet $5 to get $150 in bonus bets, win or lose. And see why it's never ordinary at Bet365. 21 plus only. Must be physically located in Ohio. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. T&Cs apply.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL.
Vivid Seats is your ultimate destination for basketball and hockey this season. With a game-changing rewards program and an unbeatable selection of tickets, they make it easy for every fan to watch their favorite teams and players in action. Catch every one-timer and buzzer-beating 3 live and in person from your favorite seat. Plus, every ticket is backed by a 100% buyer guarantee, giving you peace of mind with every purchase. Don't miss out. Visit VividSeats.com or download the app today. Vivid Seats, the official ticketing partner of ESPN.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports Center.
Good morning. I'm Mark the Shark. Red starter Andrew Abbott allowed no earned runs over 4 innings, but he couldn't continue after a 1 hour, 37-minute rain delay. Graham Ashcraft came to the rescue in relief. He faced 9 batters over 3 innings and retired all 9, 4 of them on strikeouts, as Cincinnati whipped St. Louis 9-1. In Cleveland, the Guardians wrapped up a 10-game homestand with a 6-4 record. Yesterday's game against Minnesota featured 2 rain delays. The Twins scored a run in the top of the 10th, but Cleveland came back with 2 in the bottom of the inning to win 4-3. In the NBA playoffs, the Knicks beat the Pistons 116-113 to win that first-round series 4-2. In golf, Scotty Scheffler shot a 10-under par 61 and has a 2-stroke lead after round 1 of the Byron Nelson. This Sports Center is sponsored by RCD RV. Their open house is May 3rd through the 10th, and they have over 650 RVs in stock. Visit RCD in Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala.
One of these guys thinks Clintonville was named after Bill Clinton. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Hour 2 for us here on a Friday. Coming up a little bit later this hour, around 7:30 this morning, Austin Ward. He's going to join the program. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
We're just talking about bad jersey procurements over the day. I think Ryan in the YouTube chat has it one. Said, I got an Andre Rison Browns jersey when I was 13. The team left. I still have it. I also still have a Jeff Garcia Browns jersey.
Nice.
Yeah, I think he wins for the day.
That's pretty good.
Hey, I'll give him credit, though.
I love Andre Rison.
That's being loyal to your franchise. There's nobody second-guessing that guy's loyalty to the Browns. You know?
Oh.
You break out an Andre Rison jersey, you're a true fan.
I mean, I feel pretty good. Yeah, Cornelius Williamson, Sacramento Kings, 95-2000 from the Arkansas Razorbacks.
Corliss,
not Cornelius. Corliss Williamson. Yes. Good job, Shark. Thank you on that. He was like their small forward, power forward.
Isn't he the sea snake? Corliss?
I think you might be correct.
In the House of the Dragon?
Yeah.
Share the same name?
I think, no, absolutely. I think that might be part of it. Yeah. They won the NCAA championship in Arkansas in 1994. Nolan Richardson, they called it 40 minutes of hell beam. They pressed all up and down the court. Get after it.
Like the Buckeye women's basketball team.
Very similar.
40 minutes of hell we're going to press you through. Maybe John Calipari can resurrect them and win one. Win another one down there for Woo Pig Suey. Got the baseball last night, or you should say yesterday. Reds hammered the Cards 9-1 at home for a homestand against the Nats coming up here this weekend. Sharky, how about your Gardos? J-Ram, we talked about him yesterday. We talked about him. Could be a 250 guy.
He is.
Now he is.
Now he's a 250-260 guy. Yeah, he stole second base in the 10th inning and scored the winning run.
How about that? How about our guy, J-Ram, getting it done? Top 5 favorite baseball player of mine that is not related to the Reds. 100%. I love that dude.
Right.
Yeah, love that guy. Everything about him. Loved him when they called him up from the time that he started his era in Cleveland. Didn't say anything nice, but nice things about Jose Ramirez.
Oh yeah. I mean, listen, took less money, stay with the squad.
Mm-hmm. Throws in gigantic chaws. Looks like a squirrel out there.
Looks like a squirrel.
He does, man. His cheeks are just like one side of his cheek is just full of dip and
goodness.
Yeah, sunflower seeds, bubble gum,
couple Zens in there.
Yeah. Has anybody asked Terry Francona what his like combination of choice is? Because he's got a lot of stuff going on.
It's kind of like a buffet in there.
He puts the chaw inside chewing gum. Yeah. And for about 5 minutes, and then it's on to the next one.
Mm-hmm.
Never seen a man so nervous in the dugout.
Well, what else do you do as a baseball manager?
Well,
you don't really call plays. Get out of here, man.
All those decisions to make every single inning.
Get out of here. These guys sit there and they wear the jersey.
Yeah, they're LARPing. They're live action role playing. Like they're going to get called in for an at bat.
Jim Leland, he'd make out the lineup card, and then he'd go stand in the corner and smoke cigs all game.
That's my kind of guy. That's what I would do, too, if I was a baseball
Jim,
manager.
I'm sorry, I can't see who's hitting 8th. There was an ash that fell through and burned some of the name out.
What else are you going to do for 5 hours a day?
Yeah, sit there and get to watch a baseball game.
Jim Leland's most disappointed man in the world that the games are now like 2 hours and 10 minutes. That guy liked to hang out in the dugout and burn heaters. At the Blue Jays this weekend for the Gardos. Big night tomorrow. Actually, a big day in the Arena District tomorrow because the Clippers are in town playing at Huntington Bank. I think that they have a doubleheader tomorrow. Either that or they have a 4 o'clock start offsetting the Crew start at 7:30. So you got a bunch of action down there.
Oh.
Yeah. Crew at home against Charlotte tomorrow.
They play at what time?
7:30.
Right after the Derby?
Yeah, it's what time they normally play.
Yeah, but I don't know why you'd schedule stuff for, like, to me, it's a fool's errand for, like, an event like that to go head-to-head with it on that day.
Maybe they'll have it on the Jumbotron at lower.com.
Well, I'm sure that there's a good chance of that. But people have parties, and it's an excuse for people who don't know anything about. Americans love hijacking events and hijacking days.
Mm-hmm.
Like that's
like Cinco de Mayo.
Yes, Cinco de Mayo, St. Patrick's Day, Christmas in July, just making up stuff. Another day to go get drunk and go have a party and do something like Derby Day. And that's what they call it, Derby Day. And so, hey, go.
That's what it is.
Have a party. People have their derby parties. Get dressed up. Go drink your mint. We have like a themed beverage. Go drink your mint juleps.
God, who doesn't love a good themed beverage?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we talking about?
Yeah, Green Beer Day on St. Patrick's Day.
I mean, if you look at the number of, like, there's those three. I could probably think of a couple more. I mean, you get them all. Labor Day, Memorial Day. Let's barbecue it up. Drink outside on Monday.
It's barbecue day, Memorial Day.
Yeah, not Bill Belichick. Independence Day, which stood off as trying to move to the Friday, even though it's the 4th of July.
Come on, man.
I mean, I'm like that.
Let's move Christmas to every Friday, too.
That's arguably one of his worst takes.
Yeah.
Like,
he's got a lot of bad ones, but that is
I go, it's called the 4th of July.
Let's move it to the
why
7th.
can't we just observe it on the Friday of the weekend? Lop it on there. I'm like,
because that's not the day.
Because it's not the day.
It's not when it happened.
He's like, well, Thanksgiving. I'm like, that's a different thing entirely. I mean, that was 400 or 500 years ago. I don't know if anyone. They just kind of named it then. The 4th of July.
Yeah, that's whenever the harvest comes to fruition.
Yes. Like, there was no hard and fast day. That thing has moved a couple of times. Lincoln, I think, was the one that moved it to where it maybe is now. But I'm like, what are we doing? Like, it was just bad. But I'm saying, so this is Derby Day is another one of those. So, I mean, have the Crew play. They should have played them on Friday night.
It's good, man. You go down there, you hang out at Betty's, watch one of their 2 awesome TVs that they have here, and then just roll right over onto lower.com field. Watch the Crew. You could get all 3 of them done. You could go to the Clippers 4 o'clock start, which we're going to try tomorrow, although the weather doesn't look fantastic, so I'm not sure if we're going to navigate that.
You don't want to let Billy watch the running of the roses?
No, we will. Yeah, we would be home. We would be home by that point.
By
6:57. I mean, it's a 7 o'clock.
Oh, you're not
post
going to
time.
do the doubleheader with Billy?
No, we're not doing the double feature.
I think he would like that.
I don't think he would like that at all. We were stuck in traffic last night at Polaris after coming home from the Little Gym, and he goes, "Go home." And I'm like, dude, I'm trying. Like, I'm working on it. But there's a traffic jam on 71 southbound from the Polaris exit.
Like, dude, it was 71. I mean, there was some bumpy stuff because we had to go over to Westerville. 270 was south, like 270 southbound over there by Easton, like as we were going around it. I mean, there was a lot of frothy activity last night with a little bit of that drizzle going on.
Yeah, it was. We're terrible at driving in the rain here. Like, just really bad.
By the way, Courtney picked this up last night. She's like, so Beam's son is named Willie Beam?
Yeah.
Beeman? And I'm like...
Yeah, Willie Beeman.
I was like, I guess you could just call him Willie Beeman.
Yeah, we didn't have any indications in that. Like, that wasn't something that...
You're not a big Any Given Sunday fan?
Others, I mean, I am. And I knew that was out there, but that wasn't the reason we named him William. It was just a nice name.
Willie Beeman.
The other name set that was in the hopper, which would have been, I think, really poorly reflected on us as peers. It was actually James was a nice one, but Meredith likes the more than 2 syllable first names. Exactly.
You go by Jim.
We were thinking that in the hopper for a short time was Jameson Beam. I'm like, you can't name your kid Jameson Beam.
Yeah, J-Mo Beamo.
Yeah, you can't do that.
J-Mo
That kid would be
Beamo.
set up for a life of problems with the name Jameson Beam. No way.
I think that would be tremendous for him.
The Guards played Minnesota this week, and the Twins have a player named Brooks Lee. His parents, their favorite 2 players were Brooks Robinson and
Lee Trevino?
Lou Brock.
Oh.
So it came down to Brooks or Brock. and they thought we better not name him Broccoli.
Broccoli.
I like that.
Named him
That would've been
Brooksley.
nice.
Broccoli.
I think that would have been good. Yeah, we just hung out in the car yesterday is what we did. Like from the time that I got home to work, from work, and then his nap time, lunchtime. He wanted to be outside, but he was really interested in the car. He just sat in the trunk of our car for like an hour. That's all we did. It was an SUV. We had an umbrella.
I saw the picture.
We had an umbrella in there, and he was just infatuated by the umbrella.
Do you have like pictures of yourself at Billy's age? I feel like your son looks a lot like you.
I can try to find some. At like 2 years old?
Whatever his age is, yes.
Yeah, I could try to track some down. I mean, I know we have pictures of me as a child, but I don't know if I have pictures of myself at 2.
So my mom had pictures of all 4 of us in the same blue Popeye the Sailor's striped shirt. It was me, my brother Jonathan, and then my brother Nathan that posted up on the wall. And I was like, "Where's George's?" She's like, "I forgot that." We had a lot of things going on that year, I guess. And his birthday's December 1st. It's, or not December 1st. It's December.
Hey, you
6th.
just made the whole story.
Well, it's the 6th. My son's the 1st.
When's your birthday? That is sometime in December.
My son's is the 1st. My cousin's. Well, I was the 1st of August. My brother John was the 1st of September. My mom was hoping he'd be the 1st of December. My cousin was actually born that day. He was born 5 days later on the 6th, right before Pearl Harbor. So it's like I always never forget either one of those. But yeah, he just got omitted from the picture. So like you can see all the other 3 of us like at
3
that
shining stars.
Thing, and yeah, but he's the favorite now. He won in the end. So
there's the end game.
Yeah, he won in the end game.
Hey, just to let you know, the Buckeyes have a different arsenal of weapons this season. That's next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now, we're watching one crash on the northeast side, 270 southbound to 161 eastbound. Watch for crews clearing out a crash over there. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Grocery shopping is a good deal better with the Meijer 7 for 7 sale. Pay just $1 each when you mix or match any 7 or more participating items. Save big on everything you need for a complete family meal, including assorted Meijer frozen vegetables, select varieties of Campbell's condensed soup, Meijer pasta and pasta sauce, and Ben & Jerry's or Haagen-Dazs ice cream. Family-friendly meals and low prices. That's the happy shopper good life at Meijer. Exclusions apply. See all deals in the Meijer app.
Legend has it, underneath the NJM insurance offices lies a room of rejected mascot memorabilia. Is it real? No one knows. But we do know NJM is proud to put policyholders first. No jingles or mascots, just great insurance.
Insurance underwritten by NJM Insurance Company and its subsidiaries.
All you gotta do is put up.
Eric Church is back and bringing his unforgettable live show to Columbus. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour with special guest El King. Nationwide Arena, Saturday, September 13th. Get tickets Friday, May 9th at 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com. His new album, Evangeline vs. the Machine, is out now. One epic night of music that you won't want to miss. Eric Church Free the Machine Tour. Live at Nationwide Arena, Saturday, September 13th. Get tickets Friday, May 9th. For more, visit ericchurch.com. Produced by Messina Touring Group.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through May 31st, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3rd-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
The Roofing Guys are your locally owned, trusted family business right here in Central Ohio. They've been hammering quality and service through the roof for over 25 years, offering professional services in roofing, siding, gutters, and more. Contact them at theroofingguys.com. That's theroofingguys.com.
Most radio stations suck. Here's why. They don't invest in local programming. We're live and local 14 hours a day. You can rest assured that every stupid thing we say is 100% local. Homegrown dumb since day one. The Fan.
Have you ever told a friend
Oh, I'm fine.
when you really felt
Just so overwhelmed.
or sent a text
Can't sleep. Are you awake?
when you couldn't find the words to say?
I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
Hello, it's John Kozik, founder and president of TurboTrack Realty. Do you want to sell your property, however, you need a little help getting through the process? Let's say you have years of belongings in the home. It needs a lot of updating, you're overwhelmed, and you may need help finding a place to go. I will help you. Visit us today at TurboTrackRealty.com or call me now for an all-cash offer and, more importantly, the help you need at 614-470-2000, 614-470-2000.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
Scattered showers and some thunderstorms possible in the first half of the day today, but eyes will be on the late afternoon and evening. That's when stronger storms are expected, especially into this evening with a wind and hail threat. We'll be issuing another 10 TV weather impact alert day for the second half of the day today. Temperatures in the 70s. Rain continues through the weekend. That's your latest 10 weather impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. If you make a wisecrack about Dayton pizza, Beamer will murder you dead.
Humor. I have it too.
This is Morning Juice.
Hey, attention Ohio sports fans. If you're ready to turn your passion to serious action, Prime Sportsbook is bringing you a massive welcome deposit match offer. Here's the deal. Deposit up to $400. That's right, 400 smackaroos, and Prime Sportsbook is going to match your deposit 100%. That's up to $400 in bonus bets. But wait, here's the best part. You can then use your bonus bets anytime. They're going to be valid for an entire year. One whole year, your bonus bets are valid. How about that? You like something in the futures for the football season coming up here? You can lock it in with Prime Sports Ohio.
If you want to pick get the odds on defensive rookie of the year, offensive rookie of the year parlay. Maybe one guy to win them both. Ooh. One to rule them all, Beam. Don't miss out. Just place the wagers equal to your deposit amount and bonus amount before drawing. Don't miss out. This offer is for first-time deposits only, and it can expire at any time. So hurry and download the Prime Sports Ohio app or visit primesports.com to get started. Betting reduced juice. Want to bet? Bet Prime Sports Ohio today. Additional terms and conditions apply. Must be 21 or older and present in Ohio. Gambling problem? Just call 1-800-GAMBLER. Please play responsibly.
What do you think this Ohio State offense is going to look like this year? Obviously, new offensive coordinator Brian Hartline, he has been here, has been the offensive coordinator for the last couple of years. Chip Kelly came in. He was calling the plays last year. Ryan Day was calling the plays the year before that. So more experience on his side of the ball. And, I mean, you have a lot of new faces on this offense as well. I mean, you got some returning guys. We know that. You got some guys returning on the offensive line. You have Jeremiah Smith. You got Carnell Tate. You got Brandon Innes for the weapons position. We have not seen really any of the running backs go so far, and obviously the big question in the room is going to be the quarterback position at Ohio State. But what are you expecting? I mean, do you think it's going to look any different, feel any different? Same kind of system that they're running, Bob? Like, how's this going to shake out here?
Yeah, I think it'll look and feel similar. Like, you know, I talked to Brian about this, and he was like, people think I had this big ego about things. He's like, heck, I wanted Chip to stay here another year. Like, that was the plan, for him to be at least 2 years. He's like, I was learning so much from him and just seeing how things operate, blending stuff together. And so he was able to learn a lot there. I think the one thing this year could look a little different, and Ryan has touched on this, is the depth they have in the tight end room. And so while they have some really good young receivers, Ennis, Tate, Smith, Quincy Porter looked really good. Mylan Graham looked really good. Like, they've got some very talented young guys. You also have Max Clare, who came in from Purdue, highly productive tight end there. Will Kazmarek, who transferred in from Ohio University 2 years ago. a threat in the receiving game, but also a dominant run blocker. Bennett Christensen had played pretty well, and Jelani Thurman. So you have 4 guys you feel pretty good about that all bring something different to the table. And so they had some sets and some different things where they're going to get packages with a lot of different tight ends in there, and like you can run out of it, you can throw out of it. It's just really tough for the defense to align to it, because tight ends, when you have guys like that have great position flexibility, it makes it really hard to kind of pin it, lock in on how you want to attack it, because they can give you a lot of different formational looks.
And here was Ryan Day earlier in the week talking about maybe what you're talking about right here, having some different weapons this year to utilize.
Well, I think it starts probably at tight end, where we have more options there probably than we've ever had since I've been here. So that's exciting. We have some different styles of wide receivers, and we're building some depth at running back as well. So that part is fun, and James really did have a good spring. It's hard to tell when you're in the spring on running backs when we're not really tackling as much to the ground, what that looks like. But I thought, we didn't tackle as much James to the ground, but we did with C.J. Donaldson. I thought he got better as the spring went on. And I thought Bo Jackson showed a lot for a freshman as well. So that was all good. Sam Williams-Dixon's fighting. He's had some good practices. I thought he got better. And then we'll have Isaiah getting healthy, and then Turbo coming in. So more depth in that room as well. You're talking about 5 guys there when we haven't always had 5 guys at the running back position. You guys remember sometimes we had like 2 or 3. So I think Locke's done a nice job of building depth. We have depth in the tight end room, and then we have some different styles of guys in the wide receiver position. So, again, where does that go? We'll see, but some good players to work with.
I feel like every third year we have this conversation. Is this going to be the year where the tight ends have a breakout year? We always do this.
Well, I mean, listen, and they used Cade Stover a lot.
Yes, they did.
Cade was involved, they would run tight end screens to him, get involved a lot in the passing game.
G was involved a good amount here towards the end of the playoff run.
Yeah, they got G. I mean, him battling for yards, doing his play against Texas, setting up the ability to go for it on a 4th down was big. Battling for yards.
One of the more unheralded plays that you're going to find.
Oh, yeah. Will Kazmarek, you saw him catching some balls over the middle, grinding out, some more yards. After he suffered, the broken collarbone earlier in the year against Oregon, comes back. They had, those guys were a big piece of it. And now you've got Max Clare, who's a really good receiving threat. Will's coming back, who's a dominant blocker. Jelani gives you a lot of versatility. So does Bennett Christensen. So, yes, I think, looking at that and listening to what Ryan said, that's a big part of it.
Telling me there's going to be some 12 personnel this year?
1 back, 2 tight ends, 2 wide receivers. Yes, I think there will be some 12, maybe some 13 personnel. 1 back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide receiver. And so I know you have such great wide receivers. You want to keep them on the field, but it'll be interesting. They have something called beam.
How tough is it to defend a 13 personnel look?
Well, when you have a guy like Max Clare that you can flex, and then all of a sudden then it plays more like 12 personnel. You have to decide, do we want to bring another linebacker on the field, or are we going to play man versus this zone? It's tough in man because you can motion, you can move, you can get a lot of crossing routes and bunch sets, and just bringing in and also bringing corners into the run game. Because then you're like, well, do we want to just take a corner off the field, add a linebacker, 2 safeties, 1 corner? Because you don't have 1 real wide out. But then if you flex Max Clare, it's all right, well, then we've got a safety or a linebacker manned on him outside. They can start to also read your mail as far as what you're in coverage-wise because of how you're trying to play it. And so that'll give quarterbacks some hints. So there's a lot of things when you start putting more tight ends on the field, what you're able to do schematically and how that can challenge you as a defense. And then the other thing is, too, most coaches, you see 13 and even 12, they don't have a lot of personnel calls, defensive calls for that. So you're going to get the same stuff over and over again. And there's not a lot of ways that you usually like to blitz it, because whenever you have that much formation variability, it's really tough to have blitzes because there's so many iterations of things you have to go over. It's just not functional to do it. You don't have enough time, and you're like, how often do we really even see it anyway?
If you want to know what a 12 personnel set looks like, look at the Chiefs, look at the Lions.
Yeah.
The NFL is having a 12 personnel set renaissance.
If you go back to the Patriots, their last Super Bowl, they did a lot of 12. They would do some 13, which was 1 back, 3 tight ends, 1 wide out. They even have a thing, they call it A2 or OT2. No back, 2 tights, 3 wide receivers. So it's a way to get an empty. You still have some, you get an empty, but yet you still have some protection ability with the tight ends. Maybe you flex one, maybe you keep them both in. So you can still get maybe a 7-man protection with max protection and then push your receivers down the field. So there's just a lot of different ways to attack it.
Here was Ryan Day earlier in the week talking about some of the new faces on the coaching staff, what Matt Patricia and Tyler Bowen have been up to.
I think you look at the players, and I meet with every single player after the spring, and I ask them, rate your relationship with your position coach, with your coordinator, 1 to 5, 5 being great, 1 being not very good at all. And the feedback I got on both of those guys was excellent, really good. That's the first thing. Second thing is in recruiting, you talk to the recruits, how's your relationship with Coach Bowen? How's your relationship with Coach Patricia? Again, like thumbs up across the board. And I think, when you get around the players, you get around the recruits, you guys will hear the same thing. You can either it is or it isn't. We've had coaches before where it hasn't been great. And, I think we know that's been the case before. So that's the first thing you look for is the relationships. Then how are you getting individual players better? I think that's been a plus. And then schematically, we'll see. We have, yet to be seen. If we have the right scheme in place. But I like their attitudes. I like where they are. I think they fit our culture really, really well in terms of how they coach. They understand it's important. They both coach in the NFL at a high level. So excited to see what the next couple months bring.
They're different guys, obviously, than what you've had here in the past. Matt Patricia maybe leaning more into the recruiting than we thought when we talked to Berm a little bit yesterday. And Tyler Bowen's recruiting strategy compared to Justin Fry is vastly different. Like, he's offering tons of different guys, talking to different people. Justin Fry would hone in on a couple, really lock in on him. Was more the development route. But it does feel like Tyler Bowen is maybe more kind of casting a much wider net in recruiting.
Yeah. Casting a much wider net. Everybody does it a little bit differently with how they attack it. And then, he talked about the rating of the coaches. Mm-hmm. It just kind of hit me. I mean, it's kind of like rating your Uber driver. How good was the experience being? You 4 stars, 5 stars, maybe a 3, not very good.
With like the Uber driver rating you as a passenger.
Yeah, you're rating each other. Coaches grade the players, and then Ryan says, hey, tell me what you think about your relationship with these coaches. How easy are they to talk to? How well do they explain things? Maybe it's almost like an ELO score on Tinder.
Ooh, what's that?
Your ELO score determines who will be shown your profile. If you're a 7, you won't be shown to 4s.
There's no way.
But neither will be shown to a 9.
All right, I've got a lot of questions about this. How do they grade your score? Does it go into the...
I think it's a swipe situation. And
how many swipes you get left or right?
I don't know. I just...
Do you swipe left for the no or right for the no?
I just looked up. Yeah, the profile says you won't. But neither will be.
So they're basically they're rating you. Is what they're doing.
Yeah, I didn't.
7 won't be matched up with a 4. What about a 2 being matched up with a 5?
Been using Tinder Gold for the last 2 months. This is on Reddit.
Of course it is.
See everyone who swipes on you.
Website on the internet.
Yeah, why not?
You want anything? You want to find anything? Go to Reddit.
There you go. Well, answering questions for you. And it tells you. How about this guy? I used to play Warcraft a long time ago, and whenever you play somebody with a really high score, you end up gaining more points than if you played someone with a lower score.
Yeah, more HP, I think.
So this one says you show different people with different ELO scores. You swiped right by someone with a high score, then you gain more points for your own. So if someone is a highly rated...
It's like a March Madness upset.
It really
15-2 upset. Why'd you swipe right on me?
Oh, hey. You were an 8. I was a 4.
Tinder's still popular? Is that still the app?
You're asking me.
I'm asking the general population. Shark, you're on Tinder. You're on these apps. Is that the most popular one out there?
I don't know. Maybe we should ask Jordan
Hudson?
Jordan Hudson.
Yeah.
Maybe that's how her and Bill met.
What about farmers? Farmers only.
Farmers only?
Yeah.
There's a lot. I mean, Shark was talking about Our Time. I don't know what that means. OurTime.com, Shark.
I don't know what that is either. And I'm terrified to look that up on a work computer.
No, it's just Our Time, like older, like it's.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
dedicated for older people.
I think it's for senior folks. Shark.
It's not a senior folks like OnlyFans hybrid combo.
Shark said he's excited to get down to some of the villages down there and all the STDs that are being traded around.
Yeah, my uncle lives down there. He can tell you all about it.
Exactly.
Family all of them moved down to Bradenton. He lived down there, and he said, "You know what? I'm out. I'm moving to the villages.
Moving to the villages.
Got to get away."
Sets his Monday morning clinic visit up.
Mm-hmm. Am I good this week, Doc? Yeah, you're good to go. See you next Monday at 10:30.
Monday at 10:30.
Austin Ward joins us. We'll talk some Buckeyes with him here in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning and happy Friday. Still watching crews clear out a crash on the northeast side. This is on the ramp from 270 southbound to 161 eastbound. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Mother's Day is coming up fast and you don't want to drop the ball. Show the incredible moms in your life how much you love and appreciate them with a thoughtful gift from Pro Flowers. Ordering takes just minutes and Pro Flowers' large selection of modern arrangements at affordable prices are sure to make you look like a gift-giving pro. Visit proflowers.com/sports or use the code SPORTS at checkout for $15 off your Mother's Day order. All Pro Flowers orders are backed by our 7-day freshness guarantee so you can gift easy with Pro Flowers.
With Progressive's collision coverage, my family gets up to $1,000 for vet bills if I'm injured in a car accident. And that makes this Chihuahua really feel like part of the family. What's that? I don't sound like a Chihuahua? Oh, I'm sorry. What exactly am I supposed to sound like? I guess all Chihuahuas are high-strung, riding around in expensive designer purses. Actually, I prefer riding in cars. So I appreciate that my family protects me with Progressive's pet collision coverage. Okay, maybe I am a little high-strung. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Not available in all states. Coverage for dogs and cats is included with the purchase of collision coverage and is subject to policy terms.
Lanny went to college and racked up huge debt.
A little bit over $100,000.
For a degree he couldn't use? Now what?
I had a friend that went to my computer career.
They even helped him get hired immediately after graduation.
One of the things I love about IT is that you can work from anywhere you want.
You could become an IT pro in just months, including cybersecurity and the basics of AI with zero experience at mycomputercareer.edu.
It worked for me, and I know it can work for you.
This is one student's experience. Individual results vary.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Bobby is known as the General. Beamer is known as Beamer. This is Morning Juice.
1 hour away from right now, AJ Hawkey's going to join the program. Not at the Kentucky Oaks today. As for now, though, let's check in with the commission.
A guy who considers himself the mayor of Laramie, Wyoming, who holds the shuffleboard record at the Ranger, and most impressive, the commissioner of the Central Ohio two-man scramble league. Here's Austin Ward.
Austin, the debate has fired across the internet. Your comrade Berm yesterday chose the gorilla and the 100 humans versus gorilla. What camp are you in?
I just still really believe in my species, and I think if we band together that we can take down any kind of gorilla together. It's teamwork. It's going to take, take everybody involved, I think, to win that battle. But how much stamina do we believe this gorilla really has? If you've got, Berm's argument is that only 5 humans can take on the gorilla at a time. Well, all right. I mean, that's 20 waves of humans. This gorilla is going to fend them all off. I just don't believe that.
Yeah, that's the one thing. I've heard that, like, the metabolic rate of gorillas doesn't allow them to have a lot of stamina and endurance. So that might be your thing. If you could get a couple eye gouges in, maybe blinded, then you'd be in a good spot. I did see this. Our guy Schleggs retweeted out that a silverback gorilla has a bite force of 1,300 PSI, which is stronger than that of a lion and enough to crack a coconut like popcorn. So that first wave of 5, that's the question, Austin. Like, how deep?
You need 5 brave soldiers to start it, Bob. I'm not going to dispute that.
You need 28 brave soldiers, and really it's the second 27. The first guy getting dismembered and getting his head crushed is fine. Then the second guy who has to watch that and continue to fight, that might be where you would need that competitive excellence that Ryan always talks about.
Well, you're going to have to build depth. And if we're talking about a roster of 100, I mean, you have to find the edge. And our culture has to be fight, Bob. And that means not just the starters, not just the first wave. And that can be tough when you're standing on the sideline and maybe things aren't going the way your team wants, and you see a lot of blood and guts and gore and coconut popping. That's not what you want to see, but you still have to be ready for when your number is called. And so I think, of course, it's not easy. If we're drafting and building and recruiting and retaining the roster, we need guys 90, 91, 92, 93 to be ready to go and to be unfazed. And that's not easy. But, I still like our chances overall.
Well, I agree with you in that, but I think it also goes back to you don't want people that are making this decision for money. If they're asking about the financial implications first, they're going to be the first to bail when the things get tough.
You have to really want to fight a gorilla. And look, if we sit down and the first thing you ask is, how much are you paying me to fight the gorilla? Well, you're not going to be on this team because you're not doing it for the right reason.
Team guy, selfish sucker, cowboy, senior. So we checking with Austin Ward here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Austin, we've been listening to some Ryan Day comments throughout the week here. Had a presser over at the Woody a little bit earlier in the week. Just your biggest takeaway from what he had to say a little bit earlier.
Yeah, I think people get into the post-camp spring window and like, well, here you go again. This is about to be the Wild West of portal shopping and portal combat, as Bob likes to call it. And that doesn't really apply as much to Ohio State. And of course you have to get through this. You have to have the conversations, the honest evaluations, and let people know where they are. But really outside of like some walk-on situations where Ohio State just couldn't guarantee, it doesn't know what the roster size is ultimately going to be when the rules are approved this summer. They didn't lose scholarship players. And, I thought that was going to be the case. I thought that Ohio State had taken a really proactive approach with the way, even before spring camp, you sit down with some of these guys who are in their renegotiating period and Mark Pantoni spending all that period right after the national championship game talking about people with NIL implications and agents and what this guy wants, what that guy needs. And I think that Ohio State handled all of that in a way that's like, okay, if you're going to do this, and this is that period where you do get to have a little bit of opportunity to talk about the money. You've chosen Ohio State for a reason. You're here for a reason. You probably want to stay for a good reason. But, that it is a reciprocal relationship at this point in college football. But that once you did that, that's like, okay, this is a 12-month deal and not a 4-month deal. And I think Ohio State has really handled the way that it builds the roster and maintains the roster and the way that it recruits the roster and the way it selectively uses the transfer portal in a way that feels like the envy of college football. And that sounds more obvious right now because they are the reigning national champions and they deserve a lot of that credit. But I thought that was true even beforehand. And that's why they've been so sustainable year in and year out, because they're not subject to a lot of the high volatility of some other programs that are so reliant on the transfer portal or are spending exorbitant amounts of money, maybe in ways that don't make as much sense. So it is easier to praise Ohio State right now when they've got that trophy in the lobby, but I felt that way before.
Yeah, I get it. It makes a lot of sense, Austin, and how they've been building and constructing this team. Ryan touched on this, and he touched on it after the season, during spring a little bit, mostly. Mm-hmm. And now, they do talk about the portal, potential depth of defensive tackle, and he got into the qualifications of what you need to be and what that needs to look like to have someone come here. But is there any concern about that depth to you as you head into the summer?
Yeah, I mean, that spot came up enough pre-camp, during camp, even after camp, that I would say that as we're sitting here right now, I'm surprised that Ohio State was not able to add somebody. But I can't just go through that whole list of the way Ohio State is doing its business and doing it well, and then on the flip side say, well, they should have just taken anybody at defensive tackle. Like if they don't fit, they don't fit. And so I can't praise it on the one hand and be critical of the other. I do think that they are short of where they need to be and want to be at defensive tackle. They have looked, they have evaluated, they had a visitor in last weekend, and maybe sometimes when those guys pop in, you find some things out that you didn't really love, and I think that seems to be the case. The defensive tackle, it's either an on-field thing where they don't believe that guys can come in and actually contribute to Ohio State, or maybe they don't. Maybe it's a financial piece. Maybe there's something in the background that they don't love, but they have been looking at defensive tackle, and I think they've shown at other positions, especially when defensive end didn't immediately leap off the page, but when Bo Atkinson was out there, they got active and they landed his signature from North Carolina. So, when they are ready to do so, I don't think that there is a hesitation or an unwillingness to add. And this is a position where they really want to. So that I think it speaks more volumes about what is in the transfer portal at defensive tackle right now, because the need hasn't changed, but they're not just going to take any any random guy off the street to go in and compete or be in that locker room with the reigning national champion. So, the challenge is out there now, because if there's not going to be a move, these same guys that we've been talking about, can Jason Moore take the next step? Can Will Smith Jr. take the next step? Can Tywan Malone fulfill that potential that Larry Johnson has believed he's had for going on 5 years now? I mean, it's up to those next wave of guys to prove that this decision was the right one.
Hey, before we get you out of here, how are you navigating the Crew game tomorrow over at Lower.com Field and the Kentucky Derby? Are you watching it at Betty's? How are you doing that?
I don't care about the Kentucky Derby, to be honest with you guys. I never have. I don't. Horse racing is not for me.
It's a sport of kings, Austin.
Yeah, well, I'm a peasant, Bob, so I'm not as concerned about that. We're going to see what Saturday holds. We kind of flew by the seat of our pants last week with the Crew game, because it's like, well, does Liberty want to go to this game? Does she not want to go to that game? Is she going to be engaged in it? Is she going to be tired? We've been having some interesting weekends recently, so whatever it is, we'll take advantage of the fact that maybe people are distracted by the horse racing, because we don't care about that.
Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll check in again next Friday, all right?
That sounds awesome. See you guys. Have a great weekend.
You too. There he goes. Our good friend Austin Ward with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. Whole heck of a lot to be juiced about heading into the weekend. We do that next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. Right now we're watching a couple crashes. 71 northbound is slow moving into downtown. This is because of a crash near Frank Road. Still watching a crash on the northeast side on the ramp from 270 southbound to 161 eastbound. And then up in Dublin, slow moving traffic on the ramp from 33 eastbound to 270 eastbound due to a crash. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan traffic.
Okay, so I'm going to let you in on a little secret. Wendy's has this new Cajun Crunch chicken sandwich. And to be honest, I'm kind of crushing hard on this Sammy. It's packed with bold Cajun flavors and topped with crispy onions for a satisfying crunch. All on Wendy's iconic spicy chicken sandwich. It's honestly kind of my dream sandwich. I hope it likes me back. For a sandwich you'll love, gotta be Wendy's. Open till midnight or later.
Limited time only at participating U.S. Wendy's. Hours may vary by location.
After I drop the kids off, I have to run across town for a meeting, hit the gym during lunch. Jake has soccer tonight, and Emily has gymnastics? Oh, did I turn on the crock pot this morning?
With a never-ending to-do list, it's easy to forget something important, like setting up a life insurance plan with Shelter Insurance. Your local Shelter agent can show you how to create a safety net for your family. Don't let life get in the way of what's most important. Visit shelterinsurance.com to learn more. Shelter Life Insurance Company, Columbia, Missouri.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $7.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs May 3rd through May 9th.
Visit our Columbus area salons.
Hey, it's Bobby Carpenter. Spring is here, and it's time to refresh your yard with Ohio Mulch. With 15 convenient locations in Central Ohio, it's easier than ever to get your mulch ready for the season. Need it delivered? No problem. Save $50 on home delivery when you order online. Whether it's mulch, soil, or even stone, we've got your yard covered. Visit OhioMulch.com today and spruce up your garden with the best.
Ohio Mulch, landscape supply, cleaner, greener, better.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, you're the Carfax guy.
The Carfox from Carfax.
Wow.
And you, sir, work at Tire Discounters.
I sure do.
The Carfax top-rated service center.
Oh, right. You know, a lot of that's because of our services. But people think we're just about tires.
Maybe it's your name.
Yeah?
Tire Discounters. And your jingle.
Oh, you like it?
I think it needs something.
Yeah? Like what?
Hit it. Plus brakes, oil changes, shocks, and struts, and more. Now that speaks to me.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Pataska locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have your road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at rcdrv.com.
This promo is for anyone who likes baseball or America or Terry Francona's scooter. The Reds are on the Fan. Catch all 162 games here on the Fan and 1460 ESPN Columbus and the Fan's HD2. Your home for Reds baseball, the Fan.
Prescriptions require an online consultation with a healthcare provider who will determine if appropriate. Restrictions apply. See website for details and important safety information. Price varies based on product and subscription plan.
Hey guys, let's talk ED because millions of men experience it, but not everyone can access or afford treatments like Viagra. Well, Hims can help. Through Hims.com, you can get a full range of treatment options for ED, including daily or as-needed meds through a 100% online process. It all starts with an online intake form. Get started at hims.com/joy, and from there, a medical provider licensed in your state will determine if ED treatment is right for you. If prescribed, your medication is shipped to you for free. Find the ED treatment that fits your needs with options up to 95% less than the brand names. Millions of men experience ED, but Hims can help. To start your free online visit and save up to 95%, go to hims.com/joy. That's hims.com/joy for your free online visit. HIMS.com/JOY.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Counting down the days until Shark's retirement. You are listening to Morning Juice.
Here's Long here, a Friday edition of the program. Coming up later later next hour, 8:30 this morning, AJ Hawk, he's going to join us.
What's got you juiced?
Sponsored by Newman Roofing. Call Newman Roofing today at 614-NEW-ROOF or visit online at newmanroofing.com.
Oh, Bob, it's a Friday. You got Derby Day tomorrow. I got my stepdad's birthday on Sunday. Let's get you fired up, buddy.
You know, I've been crapping on Bill Belichick a lot lately. Or maybe indoors, I don't know. People probably think we're throwing shade. There's a lot of 73-year-olds that wish they could date a 24-year-old.
I mean, listen, I respect him. A spitting game on an airplane, but they don't want to talk about it.
Is that the story
That's the story they're going with.
Snakes on a plane. Yeah. I like it. But this is a little interview between Rich Eisen and Dennis Leary. And Dennis Leary was talking about draft day and a little nugget that he got from Bill Belichick of how everything went down.
True or false? You got acting tips from Bill Belichick for your role as Coach Penn in draft day.
I did. I kept it quiet for a long time because I promised him I would. I loved the script. My agent called me and he said, hey, Kevin Costner's doing a football movie with Ivan Reitman. And he's about to say something. And I went, I'm in. He's like, don't you want to know who you're playing? I said, I don't care who I'm playing. A sports movie with Kevin Costner. I could not be a bigger Costner fan.
No doubt.
So I got the script. I talked to the writers. I talked to Kevin briefly. And then I said to Bill, like, can I send you this and you look through it and tell me what's real, what's not real, blah, blah, blah.
You sent him the draft day script.
I sent him the script. He read it. And we got on the phone and went through it. And he gave me some great pointers about this, that.
Anything that you can remember?
One of the things that if you saw the movie,
yes,
they put the thing where they have the player look at the playbook. They can tell he looked at the playbook by putting a $20 bill in it.
Yes, sure.
Yeah.
Just talked to Jack Tate in Washington. He said when they found out they had the number 5 pick, first thing they did was send a copy of their playbook to all the guys they were interested in.
Right, we do the same thing.
No, they put a little special twist on it. They tape a $100 bill to the last page.
Why?
So when they're interviewing the guys and they ask them if they read the whole playbook, of course all of them are going to say yes. About half of them, they mention the money, but the other half don't.
So Belichick said, that's mine, I invented that. And I was like, so I told the writers, I said, blah, 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 and they went, oh, we didn't know that. We just heard it from this guy that used to work for the Jets. I'm like, well, yeah, right? Because, Belichick's just, he is a genius. He's a psychological genius when it comes to everything.
Very much so.
Yeah.
So he's reading the script and he goes, that's my movie.
Yeah, that was mine. So he was really helpful. And I had a blast making that movie, man. Costner was such a pro, such an amazing guy.
Yeah.
His concern every day was that everybody else was really good. Because he knows as a team player, like, in order for the thing to work, we all have to be good, right? And God, he was good.
Hey, couple great things to take out of there. Costner, in order for the team player, in order for us to be good, we all have to be good, Beam.
Yeah, it's true.
Big team guy.
Facts.
In it for the group.
The greater good.
And then the fact that Belichick, psychological master that he is, learning all those things, evolving the psychology. So maybe he's playing four-dimensional chess in this, and there's something in there that we don't know. Maybe he got his ELO score up on Tinder, and that's how he got swiped through to Jordan, and that's how those two crazy kids
I don't think it's
fell in
4D
love.
chess. I just think that it's two crazy kids in love.
Whatever it takes. Just really caught up in the flames of passion.
I was watching a Instagram reel this week, and I forget who was talking, but they were part of the Raiders organization at the time where they drafted Jamarcus Russell number 1, and it's kind of along the lines of the same
the film.
Yes, so
this is a true story. I've had multiple people vouch for this.
So they, back in the day,
we used to send
actual film, VCR tapes back to players, and now you got it all digitally on iPads and whatever the software service you use. I mean, you can go in there.
During my career, from college to the NFL, we went from VHS to DVDs to digital iPads.
Yeah. So, I mean, they've had a nice evolution. And now you can, if you want to go look up 12 personnel on third down, you can get in the weeds as much as you want now, like looking at down distance situation, because all the plays are there in scouting. But there was someone, and his name is blanking me on this.
Name doesn't matter. It's a true story.
And so they said, Jamarcus, they're getting ready to game plan. And I think it was week 5 or week 6 of the season. And they sent him home a tape. And they said, Jamarcus, let us know. We got some new plays doctored up for you. There's about 20 to 25 different plays in here that we want you to take a look at.
Lane Kiffin told this story.
Did he? And
Lane was the coach.
The guy's telling the story, and he goes, yeah, coach, okay, that's good. He goes, come back. You tell us which plays you like. Tell us which plays that you like. So he gets in the meetings the next day, and Jamarcus, coach says to him, he said, Jamarcus, did you have a chance to watch that film? Which plays did you like? What schemes, which concepts do you like more than the rest? He goes, coach, I'm good. He goes, I'm good. I liked all of them. I can make all those happen.
It was Lane. Lane was the head coach.
And then, unfortunately for Jamarcus Russell at the time, they gave him a blank VHS tape that had no plays on it and nothing. He didn't watch it, and he said, I'm good. Don't worry about it. So I feel like that is it's the same premise as the Bill Belichick $100 bill taped to the back of the playbook. Bill
Belichick would ask guys about film and stuff and watching film. If you've been watching all the film, you've been doing the things. Yeah, so they have a computer program. I think it's Exos, or the people use different things now. And before you had iPads, you used to have to go, and if you wanted to do all the breakdowns and do everything and like filter and sort, you would go in and watch it in the rooms. And so Bill, hey, watching film. Hey, Bobby, what you watch third down this week? Yeah, okay. All right, perfect. That's good. Can you come up here and pull up the third down reel for us? And he'll have it set up, and you have to go in, open it up, and then there's a tab, offense, defense, special teams. Go through that, and then you have
just how to navigate the software.
Do you know how to use this? Because if you don't, if it's like telling me, hey, Beam, I go to work every day. Why don't you drive me there? Let me get the ways. No. We drive here every day.
Why don't you drop me off at the bar?
Yeah, so that's it. And Bill's been doing that stuff for years. He's doing a great job. That was Lane Kiffin, who was their head coach. But crap on Bill. But hey, big weekend, Derby coming up. Excited for my daughter's time. Not excited as much, but the crosstown rival for her last lacrosse game. So excited for her for school this year until they get to the tournament. Got soccer for the son, and lacrosse for the other son, Obetz and Arlington. So all over the map, all over the place. It's going to be rainy, Beam, but it's going to be a fun weekend with the Derby going off. Got some good dinners planned and hopefully some nice conversation that'll be had as well. Shark, what Schlegg's got to say?
There's so many things going down right now at Waffle House. You got to have your mind right because you're about ready to eat a freaking all-American breakfast. That's number one. Number two, someone might want to pick a fight with you or potentially kill you. So you got to be ready for that too. Never in the days of Waffle House when they started it back in the 40s did they even conceive that you would go there just to not necessarily have a great breakfast, but also have to survive for your life. Now, those two things occur simultaneously. It's big-time ball.
It's one of the great, incoherent half-sleep rants he's ever had.
I decided to stay awake for the Guards game yesterday. Bad move on my part.
Got postponed.
First pitch 110. I made it through the first rain delay. When the second one came and rain was coming in sideways, I decided to go to bed. 4 o'clock. Hit record. I didn't know how long the rain delay would last. And I slept till 10 o'clock. Woke up at 10 o'clock, had a little dinner, watched the end of the game, went back to bed. It was about 10:45, and Jan said, "You going back to bed? You just got up." I said, "I know, but I don't have any other ball games to watch tonight. I'm going to go get some more sleep." So that has me juiced, Beam. I'm well rested today.
I'm glad for you. What'd you have for dinner? What did I have? I had some fresh fruit. Nice.
So
I
had some salad. And I had a chicken salad sandwich, a nice from Costco, the rotisserie chicken salad. That's good stuff.
That is good stuff. What's got me juiced yesterday, spending just an hour in the car, had me juiced, and not even driving. Getting to hang out with Willie. He just wanted to be in the trunk of the SUV, and it was great. That's all.
Show him how to change a tire yet?
No, I haven't shown him how to do that. Oh, fudge. That's going to be the situation for him. I've had to change a few tires in my day, so if that situation ever arises. What doesn't have me juiced, did you guys see the video? The 270 split on the north side by 71 is always a mess, no matter what time of day that you go.
They could be a mess at noon.
Yeah, again, it doesn't matter what time of the day. And if you're driving on that part of the highway this morning, God bless you, Godspeed. Did you see the video that came out a couple of days ago? There was someone who was in the middle lane. They were driving a minivan and was trying to get on. They were going 270 east, so they were trying to get to the 71 split.
So from 315.
From 315, from Sawmill, from that way. And they were trying to get onto 71 from there, either going north or south. I'm not sure. And they just stopped in the middle of the middle lane. We're 2 lanes away from getting off the exit and caused a massive wreck and a pileup. Don't do that.
And the red minivan just drove off the down ramp.
Yeah, because they didn't get hit in it. The 4 other cars behind them. So if you miss your exit, it's okay. All right. Don't stop traffic.
Or learn how to drive.
That I think is the crux of the story. And also pay attention to where you're going. You have plenty of signage. And if you need to wait in traffic for 5 minutes, it's fine. Just get over and play the game the correct way instead of causing a massive headache for more people. So I saw that, and that had me kind of a juice vampire a little bit. We're going to get you ready for our great sports weekend coming up next. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching a crash on 71 northbound right near Frank Road, State Route 104. Expect to be slow moving into downtown coming in from the south side. Also watching a crash on the ramp from 270 southbound to 161 eastbound out in the Westerville area. And then in Dublin, slow moving traffic on the ramp from 33 eastbound to 270 eastbound due to a crash as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your Fan Traffic.
Fan Traffic is sponsored by RCD RV. RCD RV's open house is May 3rd through the 10th, and they have over 650 RVs in stock.
Visit RCD in Delaware, Heath, and Pataskala.
Men, is good enough really what you want with your sex life? This is Jeff for Tri-State Men's Health, and if erectile dysfunction is making for a bad bedroom experience for you and your partner, you should call us, because you want your intimacy to be fantastic, both for you and the one you love. At Tri-State Men's Health, our treatments have success rates of well over 90%, and because we're a medical practice focused on men's sexual health, we can offer many treatment options and even combine treatments to find the right one for you. Which means if you're like most of our patients, we can likely get you performing like you haven't in years. So make an appointment and make a change from good enough to really good. And for a limited time, we're offering new patients a free first visit to help you get the care you deserve. This includes blood work, a medical consult, and if medically advised, a test dose to demonstrate to you the amazing effectiveness of our treatments. Call 800-900-9654 or go to tristatemenshealth.com. We have 6 offices in the tri-state area to serve you. Tri-State Men's Health, a Promenic restorative health practice.
Let's go to the floor with some late-breaking developments on the markets. Jim?
Up things are down, down things are up.
Sounds like things
You
are...
don't understand. Right is left, lemons are sweet, spaghetti is cold, the milk is warm.
Okay, but are you seeing anything that maybe smart-minded money people should know about?
Yeah. Apex Pros.
The pros who knows?
Probably one of the most stable things you can do is an Apex Pros air conditioner tune-up.
Air conditioner tune-ups, you say?
Oh yeah, Apex Pros knows most expensive summer breakdowns can be prevented by getting a tune-up now.
Yes, it's known that a tuned-up AC lowers energy bills, which is important to...
Oh, this is unbelievable.
What, big sell-off? Huge increase?
No, I spilled coffee on my new shirt. Anyway, tune-up save on energy bills, plus make your air conditioner last years longer.
Good to know Apex Pros keeps things stable and predictable.
That's on my pants, too. This is the worst day. This is historic, you know that.
No doubt about it. Columbus loves Apex Pros. The pros who knows. ApexPros.com.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Discover uncompromising quality at a reliable price with Giant Eagle and Market District. Find everyday savings and bargains on produce, meat, and more. Look for signs throughout the store highlighting long-term lower prices. With our weekly sales, deals for days promotions, and My Perks loyalty program, Giant Eagle helps make the most out of every shopping trip. Surround yourself with savings at Giant Eagle and experience value like never before. Visit Giant Eagle and Market District today to see how easy it is to save.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time homebuyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Evan Cohen here. When the draft clock is ticking, you've got to pick the best talent, regardless of position, to fit your team's needs. Well, if you're hiring for your business, you want to find the best talent for any of your roles. That's why you need ZipRecruiter. ZipRecruiter's powerful technology hustles to find qualified candidates for your job immediately. And if you see a standout candidate, ZipRecruiter lets you personally invite them to apply. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/USL. That's ZipRecruiter.com/USL. Evan Cohen here. Picking a place to build a life is a lot like selecting a draft pick. Make a decision that will set you up for long-term success. Pick Wisconsin. In Wisconsin, you'll find dynamic career opportunities, beautiful seasons, affordable living, and legendary weekends. From its high quality of life and great schools to its fine arts, culinary, and pro sports scenes, Wisconsin gives you so much to look forward to. That's why you should pick Wisconsin. Learn more about making Wisconsin your home. Visit pickwisconsin.com.
Broadcasting from the Lindsay Honda Studios.
Honda makes the cars. Lindsay makes the difference. Visit lindsayhonda.com.
WBNS-FM, HD1 Columbus. The Fan. Sports.
Good morning. I'm Mark Fisher. College basketball CBS Sports Classic will be held December 20th in Atlanta. The doubleheader features Ohio State versus North Carolina and St. John's against Kentucky. The Buckeyes are 6-4 all-time in the Classic, but 0-3 against the Tar Heels. 24 players in baseball history have collected at least 250 home runs and 250 stolen bases in their careers. Yesterday, Cleveland's Jose Ramirez became the first third baseman to ever reach that milestone. Trailing Minnesota by a run in the 10th, Ramirez's RBI single tied the game. Then he stole second and scored the game-winning run on an Angel Martinez RBI single. Guardians win 4-3. In Cincinnati, Jose Trevino hit a two-run homer, and Spencer Steer added a solo shot as the Reds defeated the Cardinals 9-1. The Sports Center is sponsored by Dr. Mark Levy. If you're snoring and not sleeping, call Dr. Levy's office at 1-800-MORE-SLEEP or visit online at sleepbettercolumbus.com.
You're listening to Rob Manfred's least favorite radio show. This is Morning Juice.
Hour 3 for us here on a Friday. Derby weekend coming up here 8:30 this morning. A man who will be attending the Derby tomorrow, AJ Hawk. He joins us. He'll round out the program with us as he does every single Friday.
Keeping you informed about what's trending this morning. It's time for a little re-rack on Morning Juice.
Sponsored by Billiards Plus, the largest selection of pool tables, game furniture, and shuffleboard in Central Ohio. And everything you need for the master griller.
Have you ever been down to the Kentucky Derby? Ever done that?
I have not. I've been to Keeneland.
Yeah.
And this
same.
year I've had opportunities to go, and I just haven't. This year I was hoping we were going to be able to go and end up falling through because we had a pretty sweet setup for it. Like my wife's been down there. Her story is one of the best. She was going down there with like her sorority, fraternity. I think the sorority, they rented a bus.
Of course.
So it was a day trip, like leave in the morning, it's about 4 hours down there, 4.5, like drive down there, booze all day on the bus, get off. They had infield seats that were probably back at the time, I don't know, $25, $30.
I still don't think they're that expensive to get into the infield.
So it wasn't much. Go to the infield, hang out, drink some more, get slob kebab, get on the bus probably at 8 o'clock, drive back, 9 o'clock, whatever. Get back at, 1 o'clock in the morning. There's your Saturday. And back then we were on quarters, so you still have more school left,
Yeah.
So she goes down there, and one of her and her friend, and I can't remember which one it was, but they're walking through. And her friend, I think, has pictures of this, and she can always remember. We were talking, and Mike, our kids asked, like, hey, have you guys ever been to the Kentucky Derby? I was like, I haven't. And Mom's like, I did. And she said, what was that boxer that I ran into down there?
What was that boxer?
So I don't know how this happened. I don't know if they ran into him, but someone that's why I tell my wife, she doesn't, her and her friend, they're good-looking gals in college. For all I know, this story could have been someone, Bill Belichick, for all I know. Mm-hmm. She was probably 21 years old, I'm guessing. Maybe. And
according to the law,
someone was like, hey, we've got a couple, why don't you come up to our loge and suite?
All right, cool.
And I don't know if it was the boxer, but she's like, there was a lot of famous people up there. Evander Holyfield being one of them.
Yeah.
This is like circa 2000, so
he's right there.
Yeah, he was heavyweight champion of the world 4 or 5 years before that. So this
full
is
2 years still?
No, that was when he had 1.5.
Okay.
So they go there. They hang out in the loge. All you can eat, all you can drink. By the way, half the time down at the Derby, it's a muddy, raining mess. As we watched
Jack Harlow get carried, didn't want to mess up his leather boots.
Get carried across the track. Listen, as a grown man, have some pride in yourself.
Just dirty your boots, man. If you're well off enough that you can get some new ones. Don't have 2 other grown men carry you across.
I think a sultan. Number one, Jack Harlow, you're from Louisville. You know what the dirt track's going to be like. You're wearing some white white Versace or whatever, Louis shoes.
Just chalk it up as
Number one, don't wear them. Or number 2, take them off. And just barefoot that thing. Be one of the people. Carry them, wash your feet on the other side, put them back on.
You're good to go.
Some guys carry you. But anyway, my wife and her friend were up in the suite all day, hanging out, drinking. One of them has a picture they have a picture with Evander Holyfield.
That dude has fists as big as this computer monitor.
Oh, yeah.
We met him at the Super Bowl a couple of years ago.
Oh, yeah.
Gigantic fists.
Huge. A large man.
Yes, he is.
And so their picture, you got pictures of some famous people. They get done, show wraps up, they go back to the buses. Their friends, look like Chris Farley and Tommy Boy after they try to go cow tipping. Just douched with mud all over themselves.
Covered.
Just absolute mess. They're coming out clean as the daisies on the other side. Like, where have you been? We lost you. Well,
it's like the March of Shame with the people in King's Landing.
About that. We got ran into this guy. They asked us to come up to this suite, and that's where we hung out.
Living the high life.
wait, what? Their friends like looking like it was like amazing. I go, dear, you got some great luck in life. I mean, that's just how it works sometimes. You know, it pays to be pretty.
God, that's great.
Yeah. And I remember it's like, so good for you. I'd say it pays to be pretty in life. So if there's one thing that you can do, maybe if you're not pretty, you can be funny. I don't know, but
maybe if you're neither, your ELO score on Tinder will be a 3.
And that's unfortunate. But that's what I said. Like, I mean, her and friend were maybe 21, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
They weren't 22. They weren't 22.
Checking down there.
Well, of course not. But I mean, they're like Bill Belichick, prowling Bill Belichick. I mean, that would have been kind of the same dynamic.
The question I have about that. So, I mean, Evander Holyfield and others are up in the loge. Like, you're far away from the infield.
Yeah.
You have personnel on the ground who just know.
Well, they may have been, like, walking up there. Or maybe it was someone else.
You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, how are you asking them when you're not even close to them?
They weren't in the infield. They were, like, still walking around, getting ready to go into the infield.
Got it.
And someone, maybe they're like getting
I thought it was like a Bill Belichick at the scouting combine with the binoculars popcorn situation.
Get those two girls up here.
Yeah, I don't know how that works.
They were like walking through before you have to go into the infield, and they started talking to someone, and next thing you know, hey, come on with us. You guys seem like some good-looking girls with some big cans. Why don't you hop on in here? I don't think that's happening to dudes, Beam. I'm going to be honest with you.
Probably not.
I'm pretty certain that's that.
You're a lovely-looking man. Why don't you come up here? You seem like a nice lad. Come ahead, crush a few beers with me. All right, cool, dude.
Maybe a stepbrother situation for you.
It really might be. Shark, you've done a lot of cool things in your life. Have you ever been down to the Kentucky Derby?
Never have, no.
Okay, would you like to in your retirement?
I suppose.
Don't sound too excited about it.
Yeah, it's not like on my bucket list. Really? I got to an Indy 500, and
how was that?
It was fine. I don't need to do it again.
Watch fast cars go vroom vroom.
Yeah. That's what you do. You pick them up down on the home stretch, and in a half a second, they're in front of you. You can't see a number.
I wonder
what
which should be more advantageous for you as far as the demographics of you being the next Bill Belichick, like Indy 500 or the Kentucky Derby.
He's way more of an Indy 500 guy.
That's what I'm saying. I've watched Talladega Nights. I mean, you saw how that turned out for Will Ferrell and then later John C. Reilly. But I mean, telling you the story there about the lovely Miss Courtney and her friend and getting squired away. I mean, I guess if you have the means to be able to do it, it doesn't matter at either place, but just where the best hunting would be for shark hunting.
Shark attack.
For the shark attack.
You have a sports bucket lister to you that's like higher up on the list than the other?
Kentucky Derby is getting there.
Yeah, I agree.
Because I'm getting older, because that's more my speed. I just want to make sure that I'm too old to do the infield, and I could have done that, and I still could.
I think you're still in your prime, man. I saw you run those half gassers this past year.
It's not the fact. It's the function beam of just being inconvenienced. I don't like to be inconvenienced anymore. I could go in the infield, and I don't mind sitting out there and slumming and paying $30. As long as I can just get a drink and get to a reasonable bathroom, I'm fine. But it's
really the bathroom situation.
Yeah, man. I mean, I don't want to be like old boy in White Lotus and just taking dumps in a suitcase. Like, that doesn't sound like a very good situation at all.
How did Courtney like the ending?
Oh boy, she had already seen part of the ending, but because she just walked in when I was watching it, and I think she enjoyed it. I was like, all right, I'm excited to start season 2 now. You know,
season 2 is when they're in Sicily. It's a good season. You'll like
it. It is, and then the third, old lady boy man, like that sounds like a wild ride.
Yeah, the Thailand season is a pretty...
Sounds like about the season you expect to be in Thailand.
Yeah, of course. It's good. We'll think about other sports bucket list items we'd like to attend.
Super Bowl. I've been to Super Bowls. I've never gone into a Super Bowl.
Yeah.
I don't know that I need to go in there and watch that. I never played in one. Neither did my dad. And I think that's kind of I don't know. I have no desire to really see that in there.
Hold that thought.
Yeah.
Hold that thought. We'll brainstorm, and then we'll come back and answer that. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Good morning. We are still watching a crash on 71 northbound right near Frank Road, State Route 104. Expect to be slow moving into downtown coming in from the south side. Also watching a crash on the ramp from 270 southbound to 161 eastbound out in the Westerville area. And then in Dublin, slow moving traffic on the ramp from 33 eastbound to 270 eastbound due to a crash as well. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to launch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes who are going above and beyond in their communities. Newman Roofing wants to recognize the volunteers, educators, first responders, and everyday difference makers who are making a meaningful impact in their towns to be recognized on 10 TV and The Fan. Stay tuned as we begin announcing the selected honorees who truly embody the spirit of Newman Roofing's commitment to community.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
Hey there, friends. Bo Bishop here. Sick of the long security lines and flight delays? Travel on your terms. Go RVing and get ready to save at RCD RV's Open House. From May 3rd through the 10th, take advantage of huge deals on new and pre-owned RVs. Our Delaware, Heath, and Patasko locations will feature exclusive sale pricing on all new and pre-owned travel trailers, fifth wheels, motorhomes with special financing rates available, plus discounts on camping accessories. Come by today. We'll have you road ready by Memorial Day. Find unbeatable savings, unforgettable fun, and everything you need to hit the road at RCDRV.com.
Hi, this is Bob Masheter from Dick Masheter Ford. Thank you to all of Central Ohio as we head towards 60 years of doing business in the Buckeye State. Dad opened up in 1967 simply trying to offer a better way to buy a car, and we've been working ever since to serve our neighbors. We have served you through wars, recessions, and even a Chinese virus. Here is to serving you and your kids and your grandkids for the next 60 years, except on Sundays when we're closed, because it's the right thing to do. Still 24/7 at masheterford.net. Thanks.
Need inspiration? Shop Kroger for mouth-watering meals and appetizing ingredients. Our low prices add up to big savings, plus over $600 in digital coupons each week, and up to $1 off per gallon at the pump. At Kroger, you always get big flavors and big savings. Kroger, fresh for everyone. Fuel restrictions apply.
Right now, you can save on fresh medium avocados or delicious honey mangoes. Just 69 cents each with your digital coupon. Kroger, fresh for everyone.
Many drugs, like cocaine, methamphetamine, and non-prescription pills, are often cut with dangerous opioids like fentanyl. As a result, nearly 14 Ohioans die daily from unintentional overdoses. That's why it's important to carry naloxone, such as Narcan, a life-saving medication that blocks the effects of fentanyl and other opioids. Over the last 5 years, naloxone has saved over 83,000 lives. Help save lives and visit naloxone.ohio.gov to learn more and find free naloxone. Remember, if you see an overdose occurring, always call 911.
Join our resident gambling degenerates Dave Biddle and Scotty Vegas for On the Money Sunday morning at 9.
Presented by ESPN Bet at Hollywood Casino Columbus.
All the action, none of the responsibility. The Fan.
Have you ever told a friend?
Oh, I'm fine.
When you really felt?
Just so overwhelmed.
Or sent a text?
Can't sleep. Are you awake?
When you couldn't find the words to say?
I'm scared to be alone with my thoughts right now.
Then this is your sign to reach out to the 988 Lifeline for 24/7 free confidential support. You don't have to hide how you feel. Text, call, or chat anytime.
Have you experienced foot or ankle pain during or after sports, running, or exercising at the gym? Nagging aches in your foot or ankle that won't go away? Podiatric physicians can provide you with important foot care solutions, shoe inserts, or show you how to support your feet and ankles so you're able to compete or exercise comfortably. Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association podiatric physicians are located throughout the state and have been serving the profession and the public for over 100 years. For more information or to find a member of the Ohio Foot and Ankle Medical Association near you, visit ohiofoot.org.
Fan weather.
From the Logan AC and Heat Services Weather Center.
We start the day off fairly quiet, scattered showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, but this afternoon and evening brings back the risk for strong to severe storms. So make sure you're staying weather aware. 10 TV Weather Impact Alert Day will be in place. Wind and hail, again, are big concerns. Highs in the 70s today will drop to the 60s this weekend as rain showers look to continue. That's your latest 10 Weather Impact forecast. I'm meteorologist Michael Behrens on 97.1 The Fan.
Prime Sports is the official sports book of Morning Juice.
Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com.
The Fan. If this show made a scented candle, it would smell like bad coffee, unwashed jockstrap, and grass clippings.
I wasn't sure how you take your coffee.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
So, mouth or enema?
The Kentucky Derby coming up here tomorrow. Post time 6:57. It's an all-day affair. I think it's race number 12 out of the day. It's the final race that they do down in Lexington at Churchill Downs tomorrow. And, yeah, I'm with you, Bob. I mean, we were talking about bucket list sporting events, and, you know, you and I are pretty blessed in that situation. We've been able to do a lot of cool, different things, you know, in our lifetime. For me, I mean, it was always going down to Augusta National on the Masters, and I got to do that with my stepdad a few years ago back in 2017. And that was always the golden goose and something you could never accomplish. You know, enter the lottery system to go and get tickets, always get denied. That's the real tradition, unlike any other, when it comes to Augusta National and not being able to go down there. But got a chance to go down there a few years ago. It was spectacular. It's better than you think it would be. That's a bucket lister still. Like I don't even know what I would do to get back in there. Now you do it once, like it's like I gotta go back.
That's why the first taste is always free, Beam.
It's true.
Keep you coming back for more.
Yeah, it's just a friendly crack dealer.
Augusta would be one for me. I've gotten to see Ohio State win 2 national championships from this, like, from a loge or sideline, or like great viewing opportunities, like being in the semifinals leading into it, which is honestly like some of the iconic plays, Jack and Zeke's 2 plays. Like I was sitting in a suite with Kenny Chesney watching Zeke's, and then
that's a fever dream.
Being on the sideline watching Jack's and him running down the sideline that you were on, and like watching it from 70 yards away, seeing it happen, just like get there.
He's got a clear path.
Well, not even that, like getting the ball out and then it bounces right to him. Like, holy smokes. Like I would have just been happy with it being 4th down and being play over.
Yeah.
You know, the fact that you run it back and it basically ices the game, I mean, that's a whole nother level. That's how great it was. So seeing those 2 things, I mean, there's a part of me that might want to go to the Olympics at some point.
I would like to go to the Olympics.
You know,
I would also like to go see the United States of America playing a World Cup game.
Like a Final Four World Cup game.
Semifinal match.
Semifinal.
Well, it's next year, so, I mean, we could possibly make that happen. I don't know if we're good enough to do that. Our coach seems to think so.
Part of it is that the team needs to be good enough. That's part of the bucket list, is the emotional connection that I would have to it. Like the Derby's something I just would want to go, and it's close, so I need to probably do it. Because I would talk to people from around the country, like, dude, you don't go to the Derby? Like, how far is it away? I'm like, 4-hour drive. And they're like, what are you doing? Like, why would you not?
What about swimming finals in the Olympics?
That's what I would like to see, like, the finals of, like, the 4x100 relay. You know, you see, like, just how unbelievable those are in a year that, like, the U.S. has a good shot at winning it.
Most years.
I would probably like to see this similar thing in, like, whether it's the Olympics track and field, like the 100, 400, 200, 4x1, like men's and women's on both sides. Like, I think it would be great.
That would be really cool.
Just because the intensity, and it's so concentrated, like rising up to watch it over like a couple minute span, in some cases, 15 seconds to a minute. Just how exciting that would be.
They put their entire life's work into that 15 to 20 seconds, too.
Oh, yeah.
Stanley Cup here.
Yeah, I've been to Final Fours. I watched Carolina. I think it was Nova, I want to say. Back when I was in Houston.
Yeah, it's a pretty
it was
good one.
I mean,
that was a nice one. The Jalen Brunson bang.
Yeah.
That's a good one to be at.
That was really good. And I want to say Joe Biden, I think, was down. I don't think he was.
That when you had dinner with Charles Barkley?
That was when I had dinner with Charles Barkley, yeah. So it was a nice, they had dinner with Jim Nance then the next night, which was great. It's like, I don't really know what else that I have. Like,
I would like to do.
Like, there's not a lot. Like, I'm not a big golfer, so like golfing places. I told you, my wife, we've got that Spyglass Spanish Bay and Pebble Beach deal that I'm like trying to get her to get rid of. Like, they go, you paid all this money for it. Your dad can't go now, and I don't have the time or the inclination to want to fly to California to do it. So figure out what to do with that and do something, get something done.
I'd like to go to Wimbledon or the French Open too.
Wimbledon would be great.
Wimbledon would be cool, but I think getting tickets to go to Wimbledon, like actually watching the tennis match,
Centre Court.
Yes, watching it at Centre Court. I think the tickets are harder to get for that than it is to the Masters. Now you can go and be around, like you can go onto the grounds.
Less people, like the Masters is big, but being like in Centre Court,
the arena,
I would like to be in one of those loges. I told my daughter
the Royal Loge.
The Royal Loge. I told my daughter, but and she likes tennis still. I think she might like lacrosse a little more, and that's fine. But I told her when she was younger, she always wanted a rainbow Jeep, and I said, "I'll buy you a rainbow Jeep if you win me a silver plate." And that was the trade-off. She was like, all right. So we watched it. I was showing her, like, Serena out there winning one year. And I go, I want to be like her dad, drunk as a skunk, getting thrown out of there, yelling, you can't throw me.
What do they drink? They have a signature drink over there. Pim's Cup. I think it's Pim's Cup.
Whatever that.
Right?
The Pim particles.
Yeah.
And have some of those.
Something like a cucumber liqueur, maybe.
I don't care. Enough of it's going to get you where you need to go. Yeah. As long as it doesn't taste bloody awful, then I'll be fine.
Yeah, that sounds pretty cool. Going over there would be nice. Strawberries and cream, some champagne, some Pim's Cup.
I would probably have, I'd wear the all whites.
Yeah. You could dress to the nines for this.
I would probably get like a Flavor Flav style American flag. And sapphire, ruby, and diamond encrusted endowment of just hanging on my chest.
Gigantic, weighs 14 pounds.
Huge.
Your neck is tired at the end of the day.
Someone would probably be willing to kill me and cut my head off just to take it because it would cost so much.
He died doing what he loved, though. Yeah. Representing the
US of A, standing in there, be like, we're about to take your silver plate one more time. And I would have
in a men's final.
In a men's final, yes.
That'll never happen again.
Oh, what are you talking? Like, come on. You're going to crap on our dudes like that?
No, they haven't won one in a long time.
I know. I think Pete was the last one to do it. Because Roddick didn't win Wimbledon. He won the U.S. Open. He's the last American to win a major, a slam. Andre won it, but Pete won it after him because when Pete lost to Raj, that was it.
Jay on the YouTube chat said, I want to go to the Four Nations now. Yeah, that'd be a pretty good one to go to. That had a lot of pop. The best
thing is, I'm a big believer in multifaceted, like flair items. My American flag would play at the Four Nations Cup as well as the Olympics. So, I mean, maybe
How are you going about procuring this?
I'm going to go to some jeweler and actually I'm going to go to...
What are you willing to spend on that?
Whatever it takes. I'm going to go to Africa.
Whatever it takes.
I'm going to have to buy some blood diamonds, rubies, sapphires, and then we're going to build them into a sweet American flag.
Sharky, do you have one on your list?
Oh, gosh,
because you've done a lot.
I've done a lot. I've been to Final Fours. I've been to national championship games. I've been to a couple World Series. I've been to...
How'd that champagne taste?
Got a playoff ball from Jim Tomei.
Yeah. I always
you skipped a game to go to Star Wars, so you got that too.
Yeah. I always said I would go to a Super Bowl if the Browns got in it. They got closed 3 times, but back then... You could still get a ticket to the Super Bowl for $150. I'm not spending $5,000.
Shark,
no, 5,000, Coach. You're light.
Yeah,
if the Browns are ever in.
Are you talking about a solo seat?
I was talking about face value, but you can't get face value tickets unless you work for a major corporation,
or you play in the NFL. Listen, Shark.
Yes,
I'll get you a face value Super Bowl ticket. But I'm not going to listen to you cry poor here at the end. I've given you the opportunity to work more. You could work an extra year, save that money, and that can be Shark's Super Bowl fund. And if on your deathbed they're still not there, it'll be like, well, all right, Shark, here, Megan, you guys can
play Madden.
Go do whatever you want with these dollars.
First of all, Bob, it's not that important to me. Secondly, it's not anything I have to worry about. The Browns will never get there, so I don't have to make that bad attitude, man.
You have dismissed this so much in your life. They're never going to make there. That's why I don't care.
Woe is me.
Shark, if I'm sitting there with you and there's a Jack Sawyer, Zeke Elliott style play in an AFC championship and the Browns go there, I guarantee you would be willing to sell one of your grandkids, anything.
Bob, I would take... 10 Rose Bowls over a Super Bowl.
Wow.
Yeah.
You're drunk right now.
Holy smokes.
No, because I know what and I've been to multiple Rose Bowls.
If I could guarantee you'll win.
It's not that. It's the fact that it's so overpriced, number one. Number two, it's a corporate crowd. You're going to have 5,000 Browns fans in there and a bunch of other people who don't care. It's a sterile environment. The Rose Bowl, half the stadium is in scarlet and gray. The other half is in whatever. And it's the greatest setting in college football.
Why didn't you go this year then?
A hush comes over the crowd.
Well, you got a chance.
I did have it. I don't know that I had a chance.
I could have got. What do you mean you didn't have a chance?
I'm not in the higher echelon season ticket holder where I'm guaranteed a ticket.
We could have got you a media pass, probably.
All right. Well, you could have, but you didn't.
You didn't ask.
I think that we've been doing the show together for a long time. You saying you'd rather have 10 Rose Bowls over one Super Bowl is crazy.
Everybody, Eric Reeser's rolling over in his urn right now. He died, actually, when you said the first one, and then when you doubled down with 10 Rose Bowls.
You didn't double down, you 10 times down.
10 times it. Jeez.
I've got so many other things I would rather do with $10,000 than go to a Rose Bowl. What if they were a Super Bowl?
Because here's why. It's been so long since the Browns have been that close that you've forgotten what it's like. You're like the wild animal that was then caged where you watched the light disappear from its eye.
You're like Brooks from Shawshank.
Yes.
You're institutionalized.
Browns are going to lose. They're going to screw it up. And if they get there, you'll see that fire be reignited.
I'll enjoy it on television.
How about if, like, one of the Buckeyes, like a prominent player for him, too? The Browns suck for 2 more years and get J.J. Smith, and he's the one that helps turn him around. Shador to J.J.
Oh, what's better than that? That's coming quickly, too. You don't even have to wait that long.
That's right.
Not even until you're 70.
They
you're
fire Stefanski, and when Jim Tressel retires as lieutenant governor, he walks to the sideline of the Cleveland Browns saying, I'm going to make this right.
No.
Shark's retiring, and he's going to go be lazy and die.
Bill Belichick is leaving North Carolina,
to go back
splitting
to the Browns.
after his happy marriage, coming back to Cleveland for a redemption tour for his record-breaking NFL wins and Super Bowl run.
How did that work the first time he was in Cleveland?
What do you mean? That was like that was their last playoff win until Baker.
Okay, but he was there. He took a team that had made the playoffs 5 straight years, and he went to the playoffs once in 5 years and had 4 losing seasons.
They were an aging team. This is the problem.
Whatever.
You had to change. You had to turn the roster over at that point.
He sure didn't turn them around. He took them downhill.
3 years they were bad. The second to last year they made the playoffs, won a playoff game, and then they had injuries.
And then they were really bad the last year.
Because they announced they're also moving, which may have played into it as well.
AJ Hawk, he joins us here in 2 minutes. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are watching a couple issues out there. 270 northbound on the west side. We've got some lane closures in place right near the 270-70 split due to a crash. Slow-moving traffic on 71 into downtown because of a small issue right near the 104 exit. And then also on the northeast side, watch for lane closures on the ramp from 270 southbound to 161 eastbound. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Tuning into your favorite team's game or actually going to the stadium is better when you feel at your best. If something's not quite right, reduce tension and pain and increase flexibility with expert assisted stretching at Stretch Lab. Each session is customized to your body's needs with your unique goals in mind. Visit your local Stretch Lab today or go to stretchlab.com to get up to 50% off your first 50-minute stretch. Plus, get an additional $10 off with code FAN10. That's code FAN10 at stretchlab.com.
Switching to Progressive is a game-winning call. And that reminds us of other game-winning calls in the history of sports.
It was a doubleheader in August and really hot inside the concession stand. So instead of waiting for people to come to me, I figured I'd walk around yelling, "Hot dogs here!" And that's how I became the first hot dog vendor in sports.
Okay, not really a game-winning call, but it was a good call. You can make one too. Switch to Progressive and you could save hundreds. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates, not available in all states.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Morning Juice is sponsored by Awaken 180 Weight Loss. Fast, sustainable weight loss without medication. Awaken 180 Weight Loss.
Bobby played football for Bill Parcells and Bill Belichick. Beamer played football for a drunk named Joe who worked at the gas station. You're listening to Morning Juice.
Asked Eric Reeser about Sharks Super Bowl versus Rose Bowl take. He goes, well, that's his prerogative. I wouldn't take that, but that's his prerogative. You can't even see it right now.
A man with many career achievements. Leading tackler in Centerville football history. Leading tackler in Green Bay Packers history. Still afraid of Larry Knopfsinger. And the crowning achievement, the third member of the Island Boys, A.J. Hawk.
Sponsored by Prime Sports. Download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JUSTSPORTS for a welcome bonus of up to $100.
Right now we're heading out to the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline, checking with our guy. He is A.J. Hawk. Age, you're going to go to the Kentucky Oaks later today, later arrival time for you. Give us the play-by-play. What's the situation going to be like when you get down there at, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 o'clock this evening? How's everyone going to be feeling?
Everyone's going to be feeling good. I'm going to miss they're all going to the track here, in about 10 minutes, I think they're headed over. So I'll catch them when they're just getting back from the track. So, I'm sure everyone's going to be in great shape after being out there betting horses and having, booze cocktails for 12 hours. So, I should be rolling in and seeing them in their finest form.
Are you a catch-up kind of guy when you get there? Like, do you try to get to their level? Because usually that works really well on the back end for me.
Maybe at some point in my life I was a little more than I am now. Now I'll just get a feel for it, see how I'm feeling. But no, I don't feel like the pressure to catch up when I show up to a group like that. But you're right, it is kind of, if it's like one against 10 or 12 people, and they all been hanging out having a great time all day. Sometimes it can be an awkward situation, but I thrive in adversity like that. So we'll see. Hopefully I can handle it well.
Absolutely. Go take a run through the jungle, AJ. That's all part of it. What do we have? What do we have apparel wise? I know that you're a guy that dabbles heavy in fashion, and the Derby, the pageantry, the fashion of it. What are we rolling with here? We've got some sort of plaid, seersucker suit. We going like Colonel Sanders style? What are we rolling with?
Nope. So the longer, I guess, that I've been going to the Derby, the less effort I've put into any kind of clothing that I have. So I got some recycled pieces from years past in the Derby, I think. My wife obviously upset saying that's not a Derby outfit, and I say, whatever, it doesn't matter. I can wear what I want. I'm 41 years old. So that's where I'm at now. Like I think sometimes that what I've seen at the Derby over the years is like the harder you try, the weirder you look. So like I'm not trying to I'm not going out and getting a million different things. I've done that in the past, and it's kind of bombs at some point when you think, oh, this is going to be so sweet, and you show up and there's like 80 other dudes your age with the same Amazon suit that you bought because you thought it was cool. So I've moved past that. Now I'm just kind of piecing things together for my closet.
I'm just happy Laura let you out of your cage after you said that to her. Usually that's another day in the hole, AJ. That's pretty big time. Yeah. Would you do you subscribe to the theory, like, I know you're a big shoe guy too, you don't get your shoes dirty. I remember a couple years ago when Jack Harlow, they were carrying him across the dirty track. Do you have some guys like that to carry you around like a sultan when you get there?
I do not. I've been trying to recruit guys like that for years, and I can never seem to get the people to carry me across. When they're, I think he was down there by the paddock or whatever, and it's always rainy and muddy. But no, that's something I think you just have to acknowledge going in. Like, hey, there's a good chance it's going to get. When it always seems to rain at some point. I know it's scheduled to this year. It's always muddy and wet and gross. That's just part of it, man. It's all part of the Derby experience. You can't be having people carry you around.
Do your kids, because this is the thing, like we've got soccer tomorrow, lacrosse, 2 girls lacrosse, Cullen's lacrosse, got everything. Do your kids ever ask Dad, why are you going down to hang out with Uncle Aaron and do weirdness instead of coming to our games?
No, they don't, because they're actually excited that I'm leaving because I think I'm around too much. Like, I'm always bugging them, and they're at the age now where they're like, Dad, get out of here. Get out of the room, Dad. What are you doing?
Why are you in my
I
bedroom?
think they're excited that their dad has friends, I guess. Sometimes they worry that I don't have friends because I also work from the house as well, so it's basically like I don't work. So I think they're excited that I think Dad's getting into like society. Like, wow, you actually talk to other humans. That's amazing. So I think I'll be back Sunday morning to watch whatever they got finished up. We're in tournaments as well, but yeah, it is weird. I guess I'm kind of a homebody, so they kind of push me out the door, to tell you the truth.
See, Beam can testify to this. When I had McLean come in and her friends for take your kid to work day or whatever, and she's like, whatever, Dad, you only work 3 hours a day. I was like, I'm going to punch you in the nose right now. We'll pretend like you didn't say that to me, but it's all good, So I'm sure your kid's like, oh, yeah, Dad, you just walk up in the room, smoke cigars, and just walk on out.
Kind of like Grandpa Joe from Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory. He's just hanging out on the bed all day.
That's kind of where I'm at, and that's the thing. Like, I guess when you enjoy what you do, and it's technically my job, whatever I do, I think people don't look at it as a job. But if I was sitting there complaining and, bitching about like, oh man, this guy, and I hate my job and what I do, then kids know you have a job. Like, that's when they know it's really a job, when you don't like it. So you almost like, because you enjoy what you do, people think like, oh, you just kind of float around life. My kids don't think I do anything.
AJ, we're about 5 days removed from the 100 men versus gorilla debate. I mean, I know you're a very deep thinker. You like to get into a conscious state to think about these things. What's your final take on the gorilla versus man?
No, I'm gorilla all the way, and everyone gets mad at me, and humans getting mad at me. I don't care. Like, I've been, I've had the utmost respect for primates since the day I was born. So I have no, I'm not an arrogant person thing like, oh, if we get the right kind of people, we can just go out there and do this. No, because that thing's ripping the head and arms and legs off the first 50 dudes that run at him. So
you got 50 more, though.
Yeah, good luck. You think those 50 are going to hang around after they watch this gorilla beating people with their own arms and legs? Like, no, I think they're out of there. And I have too much respect for primates, so I'm still on Team Silverback.
I'm with you. We had that conversation, Age, about that. I understand where you're coming from. You lose the edge when you watch someone else's head get crushed like a watermelon, or their arm just tore off their body and dismembered in front of you. And who knows, they might be ripping your meat off and everything else while you're still alive, if you're maybe lucky or unlucky. We didn't even get a chance. The draft was last week. It seems like it was a month away. But one of the great things, you got to hang out with your guy, Big Mike. He came on set. We saw him turn down the vape on camera, but did you guys partake in one afterwards?
Oh, dead spot.
Still?
Yeah, we got you.
We got you, sir. Sorry.
Oh, my bad. Yeah, I'm driving like I usually am. Yeah, Coach Mike McCarthy, it was awesome getting to see him. It's been a while since I've gotten to see him, and let alone hang out with him, have dinner with him the night before, and pick his brain about, what football is and what the draft is. But
favorite desserts?
Mike was the man. Mike was the man. I tell you what, like he hasn't changed a bit. He's a Pittsburgh guy through and through, and he's like old school football coach, and he's a ton of fun. So yeah, it was awesome to see him.
So you're neither confirming or denying the hit off the vape pen then that was going viral?
Oh no, he denied it. He's old school. He's not about that. You know that. Like, hey, coach isn't, he's turning all of that down. He might have a Belvedere in water with some ice in there, but he's not, I don't think he's vaping anytime soon.
Buddy, always appreciate the time. Thanks for hopping on with us here this morning. Have a great show today. Enjoy the Derby tomorrow, and we'll check in again next Friday, all right?
All right. See you guys.
There he goes. AJ Hawk with us here on the Bryant Heating and Cooling Systems Fan Guest Hotline. We'll reveal our fan poll next. Morning Juice right here on the Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there, and good morning. Right now, we are watching a couple issues out there. 270 northbound on the west side. We've got some lane closures in place right near the 270-70 split due to a crash. Slow-moving traffic on 71 into downtown because of a small issue right near the 104 exit. And then also on the northeast side, watch for lane closures on the ramp from 270 southbound to 161 eastbound. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
Everyone deserves a fast and reliable connection, one that helps better their everyday through the things they value most: friends and family, education and career. A connection that opens pathways to opportunity and builds roads to a better future. At Spectrum, we're committed to delivering just that every single day. Because with the right connection, anything is possible. That's Life Unlimited. That's Spectrum.
Newman Roofing, as part of their 2025 Commitment to Community initiative, is proud to partner with 10 TV and The Fan to launch Raise the Roof, honoring local heroes who are going above and beyond in their communities. Newman Roofing wants to recognize the volunteers, educators, first responders, and everyday difference makers who are making a meaningful impact in their towns to be recognized on 10 TV and The Fan. Stay tuned as we begin announcing the selected honorees who truly embody the spirit of Newman Roofing's commitment to community.
At Uline, they know going the extra mile takes hard work. For companies pushing to go further, Uline will go the distance with you. 24/7, they answer the phone to get you the shipping and industrial supplies you need. Business can move fast. Unexpected large orders, adverse weather, new safety guidelines, and changing economic trends. Uline works hard keeping 41,000 items ready to ship, minimizing detours on your way to the extra mile. Visit uline.com.
Thinking about buying your first home? Now, with Third Federal, you can buy your first home and pay no PMI. Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. Private mortgage insurance, or PMI, can cost thousands of dollars over the life of your loan. And you may not realize PMI doesn't protect you. It only protects the lender in case of default. But at Third Federal, you can buy a home with just 5% down and no PMI. Plus, first-time home buyers get $750 off a closing cost. So if you're thinking about buying your first home, go for it and visit thirdfederal.com.
Even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-THIRD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. See conditions for closing cost coupon at thirdfederal.com/FTHB. Equal housing lender.
Welcome to Tire Discounters. Oh, hiya, Phantom.
Mike, I think I saw a fox on my way in.
Oh, that was the Carfax Carfox. He was congratulating us on our Carfax Top-Rated Service Center Award.
I have always rated Tire Discounters at the very top.
Oh, thanks. So does Carfax. And not just for tires, but for all our services, too.
Alignment, brakes, shocks and struts, and more.
Yes, sir.
But, Mike, do you think people believe Carfax over me?
Well, you are the phantom tire buyer.
Exactly.
Can't get enough of your favorite fan content? Good news, we're on all the digitals. Follow 971 The Fan on X, Facebook, YouTube, The Talk, and Gram. Your digital home for endless shenanigans. The Fan.
Hey, Chris Candy here. My mom goes out of her way to make me happy, so this year I'm returning the favor with a bouquet from the Books Company. Their flowers are cut fresh from the best farms, so they grow bigger, brighter, and last way longer. It's easy. Pick your bouquet, delivery date, and done. Mother's Day is May 11th, so order your bouquets now. Go to Books.com, use promo code CANTY for 25% off. That's BOUQS.com, promo code CANTY. Books, promo code CANTY.
Quarterback Jordan Love isn't just on Green Bay's team. He's also on the American Family Insurance team. Because like us, he believes in dreaming fearlessly.
Just chase your dreams and don't let nobody hold you back.
And we help protect those dreams with the right coverage so you can
dream fearlessly.
American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products not available in every state. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating company, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
The Fan Guest Hotline is sponsored by Ohio Heating and Bryant. Doing whatever it takes to keep you and your home comfortable. The Fan.
Just a couple of dudes being guys.
It's better than this. Guys being dudes.
You're listening to Morning Juice.
Lots of fun and hijinks on the show. Good day to go back and listen to the podcast. The Morning Juice podcast is sponsored by Prime Sports. You can download the Prime Sports Ohio app today or visit online at primesportsbook.com. Use promo code JustSports for a welcome bonus of up to $100. Hop back into the YouTube chat here for a little bit. Lots of bad Browns jerseys that we were talking about through the years. The crown jewel of the bad Browns jerseys, though, I mean, there were a couple of Braylon Edwards in there. There was an Andre Rison. There was a Tim Couch. The Seatown Brown on our YouTube comments said, I had a Kellen Winslow Jr. jersey. That's about as bad as you can get for a bad jersey.
Well, I mean, depends on what you're into, Beam. You may be a big fan of his off-the-field activities.
Or you could not be.
Where do you think most people fall?
Don't want to start that.
I'm just asking. Beam, I mean, I know he's a revolutionary guy. Tried some new things. Didn't really work out for him.
It worked out badly for him,
I believe
actually.
He's incarcerated.
I believe you're believing correctly for a much longer, too.
How long do you think he's got left?
I don't even want to Google him, man. I don't even want to go to his wiki page.
There's a lot of things on there. I mean,
we've read it before.
Sexually assaulting some of those older homeless women and walking in the women's locker room at different health clubs, caught servicing himself outside of reportedly looking for a Boston market.
14 years. Sentence in 2021.
All right, so he's got about a decade left. Maybe get some hacked off for good behavior.
Mm-hmm. I think it's at the Chateau d'If.
I don't think it's quite there. But yeah, it's. That Kellen Winslow jersey.
That's a bad investment.
Yeah, that's not even just a bad on the field. I mean, that's a bad off the field decision as well.
Little Italy said, as a Titans fan, I bought a Randy Moss Titans jersey just because everyone forgets Randy Moss played for the Titans.
So, do you know when he played for the Titans?
No. Honestly, I'm not going to lie to you here this morning. That's a figment of my imagination that Randy Moss ever played for the Tennessee Titans.
I think it was in between. It was after he went back to Minnesota. I think the Patriots traded him back to Minnesota, if I'm not mistaken, and then I think he went to the Titans.
And then he came back for a short stint with the 49ers at the very end. I think he took a year off in between that. I do not have any recollection of him at all playing for the Titans.
Yeah, he went from 2009, he went from New England to Minnesota, and then in 10, Tennessee. So, yeah, did not play in 11, came back in 12. I think trying to win a Super Bowl with
San Fran. Yes, that's pretty wild, Beam. We had that you can enjoy on the podcast, our discussion of bad jersey purchases, and Shark also saying the craziest thing he's ever said on the show, that he would rather take 10 Rose Bowls over a Brown Super Bowl.
He doesn't mean that.
He can't mean.
There's things that people say when they're drunk and high.
I'm saying I could go to 10 Rose Bowls for the same price I could go to a Super Bowl.
Who cares about that?
I do.
What about the emotional utility you're gaining?
Because, Bob, it's all about value.
Dude, you're like my parents. If I have to listen to you talk about one more time, we have conversations about your retirement and like your financial stuff and all these things. And I appreciate you being very open with that. And I try to provide some guidance, and we talk through some things and some different elements of this, but you're starting to sound like my mom now.
I can't justify
it. You're going to die before you spend all your money. Why do you care if your kids get any anyway? Can't justify it. Justify it to who?
Because I'm not a multimillionaire. If I had money like that, yeah, sure, I'd go to the Super Bowl.
You're quitting working at a job that you love, and you could hang around here with me on the stream. Keep looking up today in history, developing more knowledge, so that maybe one day you could win the Senior Citizens Jeopardy at your retirement home.
Oh, you'd be a killer in Senior Jeopardy.
I would kill that and like karaoke bingo or something like that.
I have to listen to my mom say the same thing. Like, I don't want to hear this. Jan is working. Jan
would not let me spend $10,000 on a Super Bowl ticket.
I think Jan, just don't tell her. Like you don't tell her about the.
We could go to
bill.
Australia for $10,000.
Yeah, or I could watch the Browns win a Super Bowl,
or lose a Super Bowl, and I can watch it on TV in Australia.
I could watch it on TV. What are you, a communist?
Yes,
go to another country to go watch. Oh, by the way, we got a big. I'm so happy that we have a big birthday, speaking of that, for Shark on Monday. It's going to be a good one for you, man.
Someone in the YouTube chat also said Shark's KHL jersey was a bad purchase.
Oh, I told you, I showed you all the stuff you can buy online when I looked up the Russian uniform, the T-shirts, and then you could find these uniforms, Shark, and they had everything there for you.
Checking in from Pyongyang.
I guarantee you, if I talk to your 3 children and the Browns made the Super Bowl,
it's 100% vote from them.
They would 100% vote, and they would probably chip in to buy that for you for their retirement.
They would say, don't spend our inheritance.
No, they wouldn't.
Yes, they would.
They said, Dad, you've been such a great father for us that we're willing to incur some of this cost.
They might pay for it themselves.
To get you to live out this dream.
Yes.
Bob, you went 2 Super Bowls and didn't go into the game?
Because
who are you talking to?
If I had, if one of my good friends was a head, let's say if the Cowboys went and Brian Schottenheimer, who's a good friend of mine, had a chance to go win a Super Bowl, I would go. I would go because there would be an emotional connection. I have no emotional connection to NFL teams now. It's like basically when you're a prostitute, you're doing it for the money at some point. And so there's no kissing on the lips. The money's on the nightstand.
Speaking from experience,
I go take. At least that's what Richard Gere
Wait a minute.
Julia Roberts told me.
Wait a minute. At some point, you mean there are prostitutes that don't do it for the money?
Well, I think there's. I don't know.
You got any more brain? You got any more
brain busters for me?
Yeah, they start out doing it because they love it.
Well, you do it for the love, and then eventually it's for the dollar. The honor's in the dollar.
Hey, if you're really good at something, what do they say?
Yeah. Love what you do, you'll never work a day in your life, Shark.
If you're really good at something, don't accept the first negotiated price.
Exactly.
Make sure that you don't have that happen.
But, yeah, so I don't have any affiliations to any NFL teams. Unless, I have a dear friend on there who would be, life-changing for them. And so if, the Patriots went with Braves, I would go watch that.
What if the Browns went for Shark?
Listen, I would go and I would be your, as people get older, they have to have, a chaperone. I would go and pay for my own way to chaperone you to make sure you don't get lost.
I don't need a chaperone. Braves has been in many Super Bowls, and you didn't go to any of them.
Well, they beat us one year on the way to losing one to the Giants. But that was when I was playing. I came as a coach. This is it's a new, if Dan Campbell went to one with the Lions, I would go. Aaron Glenn, I would go.
Shark, if you're dead, who cares how much money you have left?
100%. Didn't you see the thing that I played last week? They never saw, the U-Haul behind a hearse and your accountant never packed it full of cash.
I heard that, and I don't disagree with that. I just have better ways to spend that much money than on a single ticket to a football game.
Our fan poll before we get out of here today at 971thefan.com or at 971thefan. How crazy is Shark for saying that? I think you need to be locked up for saying that.
It is.
The real question is, when's the last time you bought a sports jersey for yourself?
Did you go to the Super Bowl when the Bears were in it?
My dad and I and my stepmom went down. It was in Miami. He had a price in mind. He had a bunch of cash on him.
No, we're not talking price.
What do you mean?
Forget price.
You're going to die
says
soon,
forget
Shark.
price.
There's a difference.
No.
Bean was young.
You said money is no object.
I didn't say
you love your team.
I never said money is no object. I said you're going to die before you spend all of your money.
I was 13 years old. My dad at that time was early 40s, I think.
And you know what? My tax dollars will take care of you, so you'll be fine, and your kids will. They love you enough, I think. So you'll be good.
You're going to die soon.
I watched my grandma save every penny she ever had, and then she died and she had all this money left. I'm like, she never even had a damn driver's license. And I'm like, what did we do all this for?
Should have got her a car without a driver's license.
It was better for the world that didn't happen.
Bob, I had so much fun with you this week. What do you say we reconvene on Monday for the last week of this show as you know it? You good with that?
Let's do it.
If they allow us, which I'm not quite sure after this that they will. Everybody have an awesome weekend. Uncle Bo and the boys are up next. We're back live on Monday. Talk to you then. Morning Juice right here on The Fan.
Fan traffic.
From the Atlas Butler Plumbing Services Traffic Center.
Hey there and good morning. Right now we are watching a couple issues out there. 270 northbound on the west side. We've got some lane closures in place right near the 270-70 split due to a crash. Slow moving traffic on 71 into downtown because of a small issue right near the 104 exit. And then also on the northeast side, watch for lane closures on the ramp from 270 southbound to 161 eastbound. Make it a great day. I'm 10 TV's Amy Stuggerwald with your fan traffic.
It's time for the Great Haircut Sale at your local Great Clips salon. Your chance to get a great haircut at an even greater price, just $7.99. And money's not all you'll save at Great Clips. When you use online check-in, you can save time too. So download our app today and hurry in for the $7.99 Great Haircut Sale at Great Clips. It's gonna be great. For a limited time at participating salons.
The $7.99 Great Haircut Sale runs May 3rd through May 9th.
Visit our Columbus area salons.
Feeling stressed or overwhelmed? Not sure how to get the mental health help you need? We've got your back. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442. We'll help you figure out what mental health benefits may be in your health plan. No more confusion, just the support you deserve. Call the Mental Health Insurance Assistance Office at 855-438-6442.
Take action with Logan Services. Save up to $2,600 on a qualifying train system. Plus, pick one indoor air quality product free when you schedule your installation now. Making home comfort easy, Logan Services.
We've discovered the perfect morning ritual, the 2 for $6 breakfast sandwich deal at Tim Hortons. Every sandwich is made to order with a freshly cracked egg and melty cheese, just the way breakfast should be. Choose between savory sausage or hickory smoked bacon, served on a toasted English muffin or flaky biscuit. There's no wrong way to mix and match this tasty deal. 2 breakfast sandwiches, just $6. Perfect. Only at your neighborhood Tim Hortons. At participating U.S. restaurants, single item at regular menu price. Modifications and tax extra. Exclusions and additional terms apply.
Hey, what's up? It's T-Bone for Window Nation. May is officially here, and so are the rising temperatures. Before you know it, you're going to be wondering what else you can do to keep cool during the dog days of summer. Beat the heat and keep the AC in your home with Window Nation's energy-efficient vinyl windows. During their semi-annual sale, you'll get 60% off and a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. Plus, no money down, no interest, and no monthly payments until 2027. That's a whole lot of savings and a super smart investment, especially when prices are rising. So how exactly does Window Nation keep the prices affordable? Well, they work directly with top window manufacturers in the country, which means all their windows are assembled right here in the USA. Plus, their windows come with a lifetime warranty, so you'll keep saving long into the future. Window Nation's semi-annual sale ends soon, so don't miss your chance to get 60% off. Plus, a free entry door when you purchase a house full of windows. And you pay nothing until 2027. Schedule your estimate right now at 866-90-NATION or visit windownation.com. That's windownation.com.
This summer, something wild is coming to your Columbus Zoo. The all-new North America Trek opens soon. Get closer than ever to Mexican wolves, river otters, and more in stunning new habitats. Experience wildlife and conservation in action. Plan your visit today at columbuszoo.org.
Hey, it's Anthony. You know what the slogan is at the Good Feet store? Good feet, good life. Friends have asked me, how are my personally fit arch supports different from the inserts and insoles they can buy online or in department stores? There are big differences. My Good Feet arch supports are designed to provide me firm yet flexible function. What does that do? They actually help correct poor foot biomechanics, which leads to providing me long-term pain relief. I was also the guy who thought, well, if I buy good shoes, my feet won't hurt. It wasn't a bad thought. A lot of people think shoes are always the problem, when in reality, it's often the foot that goes into the shoe that's the real source of discomfort. When I got my personally fit Good Feet arch supports, my feet felt stabilized. The pain and discomfort went away. For more than 30 years, the Good Feet store has helped thousands of people just like me discover the comfort they've been dreaming of. They're on Stringtown Road in Grove City or Polaris Parkway. Learn more at goodfeet.com.
The playoffs are in full swing, and you can get in on all the action at ESPN Bet Sportsbook. Go from tracking the latest game-changing moments to placing bets in just a few taps. Right now, new customers can get $100 in bonus bets when you make your first $10 wager. Download the ESPN Bet Sportsbook app and sign up with promo code USL to get started today. Must be 21 or older. Gambling problem? Call 1-800-GAMBLER. Terms and conditions apply. See app for details. Offer not available in New York.
Brought to you by the Capital One Saver Card. With Saver, you earn unlimited 3% cash back on dining, entertainment, and at grocery stores. That's unlimited cash back on ordering takeout from home or unlimited cash back on tickets to concerts and games. So grab a bite, grab a seat, and earn unlimited 3% cash back with the Saver Card. Capital One, what's in your wallet? Terms apply. See CapitalOne.com for details.